I've been resting and just catching up on some stuff. Trying to get more content made instead of spending most of my time streaming, which, can be time consuming. Content creation, especially when you're talking about like news and politics and stuff, is very time consuming. So that's what I've been up to. What have you been up to since we last saw each other? I gotta wait for more friends to get here because I want to show you something exciting. Whee! Hi, Atropos. How are you? I have something to show you. We're just waiting for some more friends to get here because I hate to do it like more than once. Because I also want to put my sweatshirt on. And in order for me to do that, I got to show you what I want to show you first. And I'm really excited about it. Shut up, Windows. Go away. You're terrible? I'm sorry. Why are you terrible? Do you need me to fight somebody? I can beat somebody up if you want me to. You just let me know. Just let me know. Man, oh man. So today's news cycle was pretty fucking crazy. I think it's weird that Republicans are like cheering on the gerrymandering in Florida when Republican voters, who are a large base here in Florida, were totally in favor of putting it in the Florida Constitution for partisan gerrymandering to be illegal. And now they're like, yeah, brother. Yeah, brother. It is Taco Thursday. It is Taco Thursday. All right. So political depression is real. And that's sometimes I check out because I need a break. I need a break. I can't do it anymore. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to nothing. So, like, I'll go back to bed in the morning instead of going live. Or I'll just not go live at night and try to get some sleep. Thursday is usually my day off from streaming. I usually stream Monday through Wednesday. And then, of course, Friday nights at 11 p.m. Eastern are brand new episodes of The Political Poor. My podcast that my friend Alex and I host together. We have an exciting guest this week on The Political Poor. Again, Fridays at 11 p.m. Eastern. We have Jonathan Perez, also known as Latinos Against Spooky Shit, who will be joining us as our guest on the podcast this week. So it is going to be so much fun. Hi, Zaina. How are you? We're going to have a lot of fun. Jonathan is a very good friend of mine, and he's hilarious, and expect there to be lots of banter and lots of shit talking. But Jonathan's going to come talk to us about his experience and what it's like to be a DACA recipient, and so I think that's really interesting, and I think you guys will enjoy it, talking about DACA and what it's like to be a dreamer and his experience and what he's gone through as somebody who waited for well over a decade to receive something other than DACA status in this country. I believe he is a permanent resident now, but he'll talk to you more about that tomorrow, which should be great. I'm doing good. I do need to fix my bangs because they're fucking pissing me off. I got them cut today, which was one of the reasons why I wasn't live this morning, besides Thursday being my day off. But yeah, they're driving me crazy. Because demos are crazy, bottom line. Do you know what demo means? Demo is either short for demonstration or demolition. Not for Democrats. So. Anyway. All right, so now that we have friends here, do you want to see what I want to show you? Remember the other day, I was really excited in the morning because I got a package? This is what the package I was waiting for. This is from We Are Babe Co., which you can get at wearebabe.com, and I feel like it suits me so well. Are you ready? It says, first of all, eat a dick. I was so excited for this. Can't style your curtain bangs? Girl, same. They never cooperate, ever. That is what I was excited to show you, was my shirt that says, first of all, eat a dick. Oh, we have a friend who's requesting up. Thank you, Kiki. Let's see what they have to say.
Yo, what's
Hi.
up?
Not much. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Do you still support the Republicans?
Oh, I do, definitely.
Okay, how old are you?
I'm 22. What about you? Just kidding.
I'm 40. Okay.
Oh, you can say your age. I don't care.
Yeah, I don't care. So why? What is it about the Democrats that you or that you don't want to support the Democrats that you're a Republican supporter?
Uh, well, I'm socially conservative. Um, Economically, I'm a little bit like harder on other countries. Militarily, I believe in peace through strength. So I would say the Democrats are kind of the opposite of all those ideas.
I feel like this is interesting. We're gonna investigate this a little bit further. What do you mean by socially conservative?
Okay, so socially conservative. So I feel like political ideology kind of gets broken down into like two or three parts. So there's like the social side, there's the economic side, and I guess you could put like foreign affairs in like a separate category. So like
Hmm.
socially would be like social issues that don't have to do with the economy and don't have to do with
Right. That's what I'm
foreign
asking you. What
affairs.
are you socially conservative about?
Oh, I see. So like specific issues. Okay, so
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
it'd be like I'm pretty anti-trans. I don't really support homosexuality. I'm anti-abortion. I'm pro-life. So yeah.
Where do you think your thoughts or your opinions on those three topics were formed from?
That's a good question. I couldn't really give it a one source. It'd be like a combination of like the values that my family kind of brought onto me, but also like how just in general, like there's been a societal push towards social conservatism, and I kind of lived through that, so I've experienced what they have to say, and I agree with it.
So what have trans people done to you that makes you against trans people?
I'm not against trans people. I'm against transgenderism. So I'm against like the ideology.
It's
I'm not
not an
against the
ism.
people.
It's not an ism.
It's not an ism.
No, it's not an ism. It's just
Transgenderism is not.
transgender or transgender people. It's not transgenderism.
Okay, well, I'm against the fact that they think they're trans. How about that? I'm not against the
Why is
people.
that? But why
Well,
is that?
because I
Like
think
why
I
what
think men are men and women are women. So I think if you break that down, you're breaking down one of the very values that holds our society together.
but men and women, that's just a social construct. Then there's also like sex, male and female, and then there's also intersex people. What are how could you be against somebody existing in a manner that they choose to exist?
I think if you're again, I think if you're choosing to be trans, I think that's fine. But then if you're forcing society to cultivate to your belief system about who you think you are, I think that's the problem.
But why does it bother you? Like, if, for example, if I told you that I was trans and I wanted you to address me as he, him, how does that hurt your feel? Like, how does that hurt you? How does it harm you?
Well, because I think I'd be lying to you.
Why? You don't know if I have a
Because
penis or not. I might.
right. So obviously if you're presenting a certain way, you're presenting a certain way. So if
I
I
mean, there are people
misgender
who are androgynous.
right, but if you were male and I knew you were male and you decided one day that you wanted to start being a female, well then
Well,
what I would say to you is that you're
but
not a female.
man and woman is not the same as male and female. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's the point I'm trying to
Right,
make.
that's a
Gender
pretty
is a
new
social
phenomenon.
construct.
That's a pretty new phenomenon.
No, it's not.
It kind of is.
It goes way back to pre Jesus.
Are you talking about like Native Americans? Like I don't really care about those societies, honestly. It doesn't
So you just care
that
about white people?
well
Because
those
guess
those
what?
societies don't those societies don't really resonate with me, honestly.
So what societies resonate with you? Because I guarantee you trans people existed in ancient times there as well.
I would guess it'd be our society, right?
In America? In
Yeah.
ancient times, it was indigenous people. It was Turtle Island. But you said you didn't
Would you?
care about that. So it seems like
I
you just
don't.
care about white people.
Not necessarily white people. I care about American society. If you want to label that as white people, that's fine.
Well, America is not an ancient society. America is
I don't need
actually
it to be.
pretty
When
new.
what? Yeah, I
And
don't need it
trans
to be.
people have
What?
existed since America existed because trans people
Can you give me
existed
some
prior
evidence
to
for
the
that?
creation of America. Sure. Is there any civilization you would like me to point to that you would accept as evidence or no?
Yeah, like the American one, like the United States of America. Where were there trans people in the founding?
Well, so we'd have to look back at where the people who came to America came from and then look at their societies. And I can promise you trans people existed. Kiki, go ahead.
I was wondering if he's like accepting Eurocentric standards of men and women, or if he's just looking for the American.
I think to call it Eurocentric is kind of ignorant.
Why is that ignorant?
Well, because it's kind of based on a preconceived notion that everything that our society has comes from white people, which I don't think is true. Like for example, like in Asian societies, I'm sure they had men and women.
They also
They were
have
trans people.
there were trans people there as well.
Again, because there's abstractions from the binary doesn't mean the binary does not exist. So
Is
if people think they're trans, that doesn't mean that the society is going to accept that.
is sex binary?
Are you saying that like ancient civilizations accepted the trans ideology, or that there were
It's not an
trans
ideology.
existing?
It's
It's
not
not
like
an ideology.
Okay, fine. You don't want to find the trans identity. You think the ancient societies accepted the trans identity?
yes.
Absolutely, it goes all the way back to ancient Egypt as well, which
Oh,
is a
again, I don't really care about ancient.
civilization.
I don't care about ancient Egypt. I think they were wrong about a lot of stuff too.
What about Rome? How do you feel about Rome?
They were swarthy people, so I don't really care about them either.
So that's why I asked you specifically what society would you take as evidence, and I can tell
And
you
I said American. I
when
said the American society.
you want to know when trans people were first documented in America.
And like the United States, yeah, like the American society, yeah, that'd be great.
We can go back to pre-United States to
Again,
indigenous people, but you
I feel like
also negated that.
I don't care about Native Americans. I'm sorry.
I mean,
So
there's
you don't
prior to
care about
colonial.
indigenous people.
No, he doesn't. It's prior to colonization. It was the indigenous people, and then the most notable person in American history would be in 1836. Mary Jones was a transgender African American woman in New York City.
And again, I would say that
That's the
just because
1800s.
okay, great, just because she was trans does not mean that the American society accepted her trans identity.
That's just a notable person. I told you that trans people have existed since ancient times,
Oh,
and
I
you
didn't realize
said
that. Oh, I didn't realize that was. Yeah, I'm fine with saying that they existed. I'm not saying that.
and they've functioned in society without issue until Donald
I
Trump.
wouldn't really. You would really agree with that? That they
Yes,
functioned
absolutely. Because
without.
trans people did not have as many issues as they had societally, especially when we're talking about legislation in this country until Donald Trump.
Because it wasn't such a big issue. Like,
It's
are you
still not
seriously
a big
saying
issue. What percentage of the population do you think is trans?
like less than one, probably?
Correct. So it's still not a big thing. It's not
But
a big issue. I don't
it's
even
on the
want to call it
rise.
an issue because it's not.
It 100 trans
It's not.
identity is not on the rise.
Would would
No.
So
would you
there's as many
consider
trans
sex?
people. There's as
Would you
many trans
consider
people today as
sex
there
a?
was 20 years ago.
Oh yeah.
Oh God, that's so wrong. I'm sorry.
Do you consider sex to be binary?
Sex is 100% binary.
So
It is not.
intersex people
Intersex
don't
people
exist.
exist.
Yes, intersex people are abstractions from the binary. It doesn't disprove the binary. So,
No,
for example, right?
it's
For
not an
example, hold on.
abstraction from the binary because intersex people is just as common as people with green eyes.
Okay, so if I say for example, like every human is born with like two functioning legs, right? Or like human beings in general are born with two functioning legs, and then we have someone who has a disability where they're not born with two functioning legs. We don't have to redefine that humans are now not born with two functioning legs. We would say, yeah, there's an abstraction to the rule, and that doesn't disprove it, though.
Can't you still just consider them humans?
Right. They're still humans. Like
Yeah, trans people are still human. I don't think they're not human. And intersex people are still human, but I don't think they disprove the binary that exists with humans in terms of sex. I mean, this is like pretty basic. I mean, we can move on if this is like too incomprehensible for you guys.
No, because what you're saying doesn't make sense. When we're
I can
telling you that
rephrase it
there's
if it doesn't make
evidence
sense.
that no. When we're telling you that there's evidence that trans people have existed pretty much since the beginning of time, and you're saying that you reject that you don't believe that to be true or you don't care, and then
No,
you're saying that
that's not
go
what I
ahead.
said. I said it's fine if you want to say that they've existed, But I wouldn't agree with you that, for example, in the societies that have affected us, that their identity specifically was accepted. Because you said
Okay,
that
so give
gender
me
is,
proof that they haven't been.
because you're saying that, okay, I'll get there. You said that gender is a social construct, and you're saying
It is.
that our idea of that my idea of gender is wrong because in history the trans identity was accepted. But I'm saying the one example you gave me was some random 1830 African American girl who was transgender.
I mean, I could
That
give you
doesn't.
more examples. I just gave you one.
Yeah, I'm saying that one specifically doesn't work because the American society didn't accept her trans identity because
How do you know
literally
that?
people
How
because
do you know
people
that?
they would kill people for being gay.
How do you know that?
How do I
How
know
do you
that they
know
would
that they
kill
didn't
people?
accept? How do you know that they didn't accept Mary Jones as a transgender person?
Because they were actually way more religiously fundamentalist than we were. They didn't even accept gay people. So they definitely didn't accept trans
Would
people.
you consider Christine Jorgensen socially accepted?
Who?
Christine Jorgensen?
Who?
He has no
Christine
Yeah,
Jorgensen.
never heard of her, bro.
I'm not a bro.
Oh, who are you?
And
What's your pronouns?
she, her.
She, her? Okay, I never heard of her. She.
Um, she fought during World War II, came home, and transitioned after she fought in World War II and became a celebrity after the fact.
Okay, and I thank her for her service, but I'm unfortunately upset that she has gender dysphoria, which is a
Not
DSM-5.
everybody who's trans. Not everybody who's trans has gender dysphoria.
Well, she definitely does.
How do you
Or
know
is
that?
is
You
is
don't
it
even know who it was.
is it still a she or what's going on there?
Well, she's not alive anymore.
Well, R.I.P. But I'm saying, like,
But
was it a she before?
why does gender dysphoria affect you? How does it affect you?
Well, I would say, for example, if like we all started saying that the people who are schizophrenic were actually seeing what they thought they were seeing. That's pretty brutal.
So you're saying gender dys or trans people have a mental illness? Is that what you're
I'm saying
alluding
according
to?
to the DSM-5, we shouldn't be reaffirming gender
Not all
dysphoria.
trans people have gender dysphoria.
Well, then the ones who do, I wouldn't reaffirm it.
So we shouldn't treat people like who have body dysmorphia.
Yeah, we
Like
shouldn't say that
people?
they're
Like,
fat.
why shouldn't we treat them? Well, not everybody who has body dysmorphia
Well, I
has
think I'm
issues with their
fat.
weight.
There's a higher prevalence of gynecomastia in men that causes gender dysphoria that needs to be treated.
Well, I kind of have that, but I didn't really want to bring that up. I mean, you kind of brought it up.
I did bring it up.
I mean, that's kind of creepy. You want to talk about my nipples, but whatever.
I don't want to talk
Nobody
about
wants to
your
talk about
nipples,
you
but
specifically. There's no way that we would have known that you have gynecomastia.
Oh, well, I mean, I feel like you kind of tell, but whatever. Can we, like, move on? Like, this point is kind of, like, getting boring to me.
Sure. What do you want to
Okay,
talk
great.
about?
Let's see. Oh, yeah, abortion.
I don't talk about abortion with men because you have no standing.
Oh, shoot.
All it is to harm women. And if you need an example of that, you can look at North Carolina, how they're trying to make murder legal for people who are seeking abortions or those who are providing abortion care. So it's not about the preservation of life if you're making murder legal for people who are seeking abortion care.
Hey, can I say one thing to what you guys were just talking about? before
Yo,
you
this
move
guy's a
on?
troll. This guy's a troll. Get him out. He was in the
I'm
other
not a
live.
troll.
He was in the other live. Yeah, get him out.
No, he only has like fucking 10 followers. I have no interest in saying. We've moved on from that topic, friend.
Okay, anyways. I don't even want to talk about abortion because if you're just going to say that because I'm a man, like, I don't have an opinion, whatever. Like,
I mean,
get
sure,
out of
you
here.
want to talk about abortion, we can talk about abortion, but you have to answer some questions first. What is the
I would
average human
love
gestational period?
28 days, right?
Nope. What is an episiotomy and how many different kinds are there?
Episiotomy. Let's see. There's
No,
4.
don't look it up. No.
There's
What
4.
is an episiotomy? No, there's not.
There's 4. There's definitely 4.
There's definitely not. What is an episiotomy?
Don't tell me there's not 4.
What is an
There's not 4.
episiotomy? What is an episiotomy?
Episiotomy. Let's see.
I would sure hope there's not 4.
He's looking.
There's not 4? No, I swear I'm not. I don't
What
like
is an
need to prove like
episiotomy? What is
intelligence.
it?
I want to make it like a real guess. Hold on, give me a second. You said how many of them are there? So there's more than one. But there's not
There
4.
could just be one. There could just be one.
Oh, there could just be one. That's true. Now you're playing mind games though. There might be 0.
Maybe.
But she
what
said,
is
"I
an
wish there were
episiotomy?
4."
I mean, I think you should definitely define what an episiotomy is before you try to guess how many different types.
The panel said that they wish there were 4, so I think there's more than 4.
What? Oh my god.
Maybe
No, I said the
there's less
opposite.
and they wish there was more.
Oh, that is true too. See, this is the mind games.
It's not a mind
I can't deal with
An
the mind.
episiotomy is a medical procedure. What is it?
That's it. That's what it is. A medical procedure. You're right.
What is it?
No, you got it right on the head.
4.
Yeah, I know what an episiotomy is. What is the medical procedure? Tell me what they do during this procedure.
Okay, well that's a completely different question. You want me to dive into that?
In order to define it, you'd have to say what the procedure is. You can just say
Absolutely.
you don't know,
Okay.
friend.
Oh, when your big toe gets removed.
That would be incorrect. What is the difference
Oh,
between
dang it.
What is the difference between eclampsia and preeclampsia?
Oh, okay. So eclampsia. That's like that's after the preeclampsia, obviously. So
Obviously.
so what's
How did we
going
get
on
there?
there?
What's preeclampsia? And how does it go
Can you
from
just spell that for me?
preeclampsia?
Can you spell that for me and like go slow?
No. Because you're trying
Okay.
to Google it.
No,
So-
I would never.
So, friend, you don't know anything about pregnancy or childbirth? That would
You're
grant
right.
you any kind of standing in this conversation.
You're right. You're right. Let's just
You
move
didn't get
on.
one of them right, but I'm going to give you the answers. The average human gestational period is 40
Twen-
weeks.
28
Okay?
days.
An episiotomy is when they cut from the
Cut
bottom of the vagina
from the bottom
towards
of
the
the
rectum
vagina.
in order
Towards
to
the rectum.
stop tearing during vaginal
tearing.
childbirth. There
I knew
are
that.
4, arguably 5, depending on when your OBGYN started practicing different types of episiotomies.
I said 4.
Preeclampsia.
I swear I said 4.
Is a
Yo,
medical
yo,
condition
chat,
that's
chat,
typically
chat. I said 4.
precursed
Chat, I
with-
said
Shush.
4.
That's
Okay, sorry.
typically a precursor of that condition is elevated blood pressure. With sustained elevated blood pressure, you can go from preeclampsia to eclampsia with some type of cardiac event or stroke.
I mean, I couldn't have said that better.
You're funny.
So you don't know enough about pregnancy and childbirth, and these are basic questions that impact
Honestly.
every pregnancy. That I don't really think that you should talk about abortion or even fully form an opinion until you understand pregnancy.
Honestly, you're right. You're right.
Do you mind if I ask him a question? Can I ask you a question, dude?
Oh, absolutely.
Sweet. All right. Here's my thing. Both like with both of these, quote unquote social issues that you've referenced thus far, what you're talking about is all of these things within the context of politics and legislation. And so my question to you is, especially now that I know how much knowledge you have of the
it's like
female
never
body
ending, right?
during pregnancy and whatnot, my thing is, why can't you just simply hold an opinion and make choices for yourself and your own family? Why do you need to extend that opinion to a political forum where you're now voting against other people's choice for those things?
Yeah, I mean, are you talking about like a specific topic, or are you saying just more in general?
I mean, realistically, when it comes to trans people getting gender affirming care and abortion, it's both the same. People are trying to maintain bodily autonomy, have a relationship with their doctor, the
Absolutely.
parent, right? But here's the thing, your political affiliation, your vote, your opinion on that extends to legislation, which then blocks people's access to healthcare. So my thing is, why not just leave this an opinion and not make a vote on it that then determines whether other people can have this treatment? You don't
Well,
have to
because-
get it.
Well,
This
because
is
the
the
very
United States, man.
yeah, get him out.
You vote here.
Yo, the crazy
Oh,
thing
Amanda,
is
you're
like
muted. Amanda,
Nobody's
you're
talking
muted.
to you, Slime. Please wait your turn.
absolutely. Like the crazy thing is like she started it off by saying I have a question for you, and then like he just totally cut you off. So I'm very sorry about that.
It's fine.
All good. What's your answer to the question?
Yeah, I would say that when we vote, we're all voting on like the society technically we want to see, and through collectivization, we create a society that the majority of people want. So when I vote, I'm voting for what I want to see society as, and then through democracy and collectivization, we're deciding as a people what society we want to see.
But
So
if
when you
like
say like,
let's say,
so when you say
but
like,
if
why are
let's
you
say,
making it a
Okay,
vote?
for example, if let's say the Democrats in the midterms take the House and the Senate, right? So now
Absolutely.
they have the majority. How would you feel if the Democrats made vasectomies mandatory until someone is ready to start a family?
And I think if
And
that's
you
what a
had to
majority,
undergo a vasectomy. Would you agree with that?
I think if a genuinely majority of people wanted that, and it was good for the country, yeah, I wouldn't have a choice.
What a pussy!
Slime, if you unmute again, you're kicked. Shut up. Nobody wants to hear your weird ass laughter. The point is that I shouldn't be able to vote on your bodily autonomy.
Right, but getting a vasectomy is very different than killing something in you.
You're not. Oh, bye, Slime. Forever,
Oh, he
hopefully.
laughed. I love slime. I love that. I love that.
that's just your opinion though about life, right? Like we can all agree at this point that there are some people in this society that believe it is life. There are some that don't. And if we look at, let's say, like, it's fairly 50-50 for some of these issues. So it's like if half of your neighbors, half of your society don't agree with you, who are you to determine what that other 50% should do with their life? The
Okay,
issue
so
to me
I have a
is that
question.
this side isn't trying to do that to you.
I have a question. I have a question. This is actually a good question. It's a reflective one. So you're
Okay.
so through a time machine, right? You're placed in like antebellum South of the United States, right? Where you obviously have the beliefs you have today, where you're anti-slavery, but you're surrounded by people who disagree with you, and they say that you're taking away their right to have slaves, and that no one agrees with you. So what you're doing is you're voting against what a majority of people want. Would you still vote to end slavery?
Yes. Why?
Okay,
Because
so
slavery harms people.
so does abortion.
No, it doesn't. Abortion
Abortion
saves
doesn't
lives.
abortion doesn't
At,
harm people.
No, it does
how
not.
many weeks?
It saves lives by harming others.
It
Hold
does
on.
not.
At how many weeks is a fetus viable?
Viable at 20, I think. No, the most recent viability I think was like 20 weeks. And like San Diego, they did one that was 20 weeks. I think that's right though.
Where's your
I think
source for that?
I can actually pull it up if you'd like.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Google. Trusty Google. I love Google, man. Like nothing better than Google. San Diego.
I do have a quick question.
Sure, what's
I
up?
don't know if I'm yeah. So something that
Oh, I was wrong by 3 weeks. I was wrong by 3 weeks. 23, 23.
Correct. 23 is the point of viability. What was your question? Sir?
yeah. So I'm a bit of a centralist, but I'm more left leaning than anything. But I did
Centrist.
centrist, yeah. So I did have a question. In this situation, would it be better to vote for a American First Republican than a Zionist Democrat if you're given those two choices?
It would be better to vote for the Zionist Democrat because an America First Republican is also a Zionist.
Even if through like their whole campaign they are very transparent how they're very against Zionist beliefs and sending money to Israel, where the Democrats more hush hush about it. Would that still be the better pick? I guess. Like
Yes.
again, I'm just hypothetically just saying this.
Yes, because I believe in voting for harm reduction. And
No, you
Republican
don't. You love
policies-
abortion.
Who says I love abortion? I think abortion is a terrible thing. I think that it is absolutely terrible that people are in financial or mental situations or physical situations where they have to have abortions. I think it's
don't have
terrible
to.
that science, especially pertaining to female reproductive sciences, is not studied and tested enough, that we don't have viable options for people who don't want to have abortions, that have to have them because of medical reasons, and we don't have those options for them. Because realistically, women weren't even included in clinical studies until just a couple decades ago. Like, I think it's terrible. I think that the fact that we haven't advanced science enough or advanced our society enough to support people in the decisions that they want to make, that abortion is still on the table. I think that we are failing as a species because of that.
I think you're
We
being
just
really
don't support
hefty.
women enough.
You're being really hefty with the word have to. You're saying they have to get abortions. I don't believe in
Yes.
almost all the circumstances they have to get an abortion. I think they choose
do.
to get an abortion. No,
They
they
do.
choose to get an abortion. They
As
choose to
somebody
get
who's
an
been
abortion.
pregnant and has children, when people have
The only-
abortions, they have to
the
have
only-
them. It's
the only
not a
person
choice.
The only person that has to have an abortion is someone who has a medical issue where they will die if they can deliver the kid. I think those are the only people who
So
have
you
to have
think
an
somebody
abortion.
who has suicidal ideation, that's not a medical necessity for them to have an abortion?
I think you just talked about financial constraints. I don't think when people
I
have
said mental as
financial.
well.
Okay, well, mental's fine, but I'm saying like financial constraints. That's not a have to get an abortion. You choose to get an
It is
abortion because
have
it's
to,
easier
because
for
our
you.
society does not support our society does not support children after they're born. We
So
know that
what? That
because
doesn't
of
mean you
30
kill them.
million children, 30 million children in this country, over 30 million children in this country suffer from food insecurity, where they don't know if they're going to eat dinner every night.
So all those
So
30
we don't
million
do enough to
children
support
would just.
them. We actually take away programs that provide resources that would allow people who would otherwise want to have children to have children.
So the 30 million children that have the food insecurity, they'd be better off dead, right?
Well, the thing is, Zkip, I do want to
Hold
ask.
on, let her
one
answer the
thing.
question.
Yeah,
Let her
sorry,
answer the
go ahead.
question. Would they be better off dead? Would they be better off being aborted?
In certain instances, there are some children who would have been better off not being born.
I'm asking for all 30 million. Would they all be better off aborted?
No, they're already born.
I'm saying, would they have been better off
I don't
aborted?
know. I don't know each of their family situations.
You just said they have food insecurity, and you said that's
Right.
a have to get an abortion. You're saying they don't
That's not what I
support
said.
after birth.
And that's not
You
what
said
I
you
said.
said they
I
don't.
said some people have to get abortions, and financial reasons are some of those reasons. And
Yeah, and
if
then you
people
bring
don't
up food
have
security.
access to abortive care, then we talk about 30 million children having food insecurity.
Yeah, so you're saying they would have been better off aborted because then they wouldn't have the food insecurity.
Atropos, maybe you can explain it to him better because you understand what I'm saying.
Oh, deflection.
Yeah. Well, no, I think that it's, first of all, Amanda said from the start that she comes from the perspective that having one is just inherently terrible. Like, anyone who's having an abortion is not in a great place in life, regardless of what that means. And if there's food insecurity for all of these kids that are currently alive with sentience and we don't take care of them, and then someone becomes pregnant in that world where they know that the poorest of kids are not being fed, and they know that their kid is about to be one of the poorest kids that doesn't get fed, do they want to bring a child into that situation? Sometimes the answer is no. So they opt out of having that experience and birthing a child.
Hold on, you just completely shifted the goalpost because I'm talking about
How?
all 30 million kids. I asked, would they be better
Right.
You
aborted?
can't talk about all 30 million.
Exactly, that's my
People are
point.
individuals.
That's my
You
point.
can't make a
How?
blanket statement to say that all 30 million of those kids would have been better off not being born. Some of those
Thank
kids
you.
would have been
You're
just-
more pro.
Some of those kids
Go,
would have
go.
been better off some of those kids would have better off not being born. Absolutely. Absolutely. But all of those kids would be better if society, our society, where we just gave fucking Trump billions of dollars yet again for bullshit, which, by the way, side note, just to remind you guys, the very first link in my link tree is the link for public comments on the Triumphal Arch. I highly encourage you, if you click it, it takes you right to the page. All you have to do is put comment and put in your comments. They are required to read your opposition, and it becomes part of the record. It is legal. They must do it. That is the law, because they want to spend over $15 million of putting up an arch that would essentially ruin Arlington National Cemetery. So y'all do that. So we spend millions and millions of dollars on dumb shit. When we could be feeding kids, we could be doing universal health care, but we don't have those programs. Society doesn't support.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
terrible,
not
but that has
pro-life.
nothing to do with the.
I am not pro-life.
Right.
I said you were more pro-life after that statement than you were before.
I am not
You were
pro-life.
more pro. You were
I'm
more
pro-choice.
pro-life after that. You were
Absolutely
more
not. I'm
pro-life
pro-choice.
after. You were more pro-life after the statement. You are more pro-life after the statement. I can keep on saying it until you agree.
Well, listen, if you want to control other people's bodies, then
Oh, I love doing that.
right. Well, this is the thing though, is like I get really upset about the semantics of it all, because that's just pro forced birth at that point. If you're pro life, it needs to extend to the children that are currently alive. And if you're not
Absolutely.
willing to, right, but if you're not willing to vote for someone who's willing to take care of those kids, and then you say, but I'm pro-life, save all the aborted babies, I don't believe you.
No,
You're a
I would
hypocrite.
say save the kids first and then vote for someone who would do better for the kids. Because if I vote for the
But Republicans are the
hold on.
ones who
They're
want
not.
to take away access to resources. That's
yeah,
the
and guess
point.
what? The
Right.
Democrats are the ones that want to increase the access to abortion, so the kids will die before any policies can be put in to help the kids in the first place. So vote for Republicans. Hey, everyone in the chat, listen to this.
They're not even
is
trying
my
to pass
manifesto.
these things, dude.
This is my manifesto. Vote for the Republicans until abortion is completely banned, and then vote for the Democrats. How about that?
What?
Abortion being banned doesn't stop abortions.
Right.
Oh,
Liv,
it
I saw
makes
you
them
with a
less
question.
safe.
Lowers
Liv,
them.
Is there something?
Lowers them.
Liv, is there something you wanted to say, Liv?
Nah, she's good.
Liv. What's
Oh shit.
I came up here to
You
say
guys-
hello. I haven't seen you in a
Oh,
while.
hello. I've been here.
I just came to say hi. Well, I've been working, teaching and all of that stuff. So I just got a summer break. Hey, why is he debating this?
Because I'm like that.
It's icky. Like
He
Oh, it's
didn't
icky.
even pass the
advocating for
test
slavery.
earlier.
Yo, there's studies that sim cultures don't help you get laid, right? Sim culture don't help you get laid, brother.
No, listen. What you're advocating,
Incel culture doesn't help you
you're
get laid.
advocating for slavery. Yeah.
No, I didn't.
You said you want to control
No, I
people's
didn't.
bodies.
Well, maybe
I said
maybe
they-
hear
You said you wanna
Liv out.
control
Hear
people's
what Liv
bodies.
has to say.
Okay, go. Actually,
So why,
you're right. I should have heard Liv out.
First off, where'd you get where'd you get the 30 million from?
That was from me. That's from No Kid Hungry.
Okay, great.
That's 30
So,
million
here's my
children
question.
Equates to that approximately 1
Oh.
in 5.
Wait, are you gonna question her 30 million, or is it because she said it? You're not gonna question it.
I'm going to
Oh,
accept
absolutely.
it,
I gave a source.
right?
Oh, source, yeah. Okay.
I absolutely will accept it. And
Oh,
so
yeah,
you're
I know you will.
arguing that 30 million women should be forced to give birth. That's slavery.
That's not what I'm
Why should
arguing.
we-
I'm
Why should we
arguing
do
that
slavery? No, can you answer
I'm-
my question? Can you
I
answer
will
my
answer your question. Say it again.
My question is why should we continue to do slavery?
You're defining it as slavery. I'm not.
It
Forced
is.
It's
birth
that
is
simple.
slavery.
It's that
Taking away
simple.
bodily autonomy, and moral agency from an individual is slavery.
You think of that. I don't think that.
Okay, no, by definition, that's slavery.
You think that. I don't think that.
Yeah, by definition, that's slavery.
So every form of restriction to
Specifically,
bodily
chattel.
autonomy is slavery.
Chattel. Matter of fact,
Are
let
you-
me ask you this.
Are you
Let me
sure
ask
that's
this.
the position you want to
Let me
hold?
ask you this. Do you believe in bodily autonomy and moral agency?
It depends on the issue.
Or no, do you believe in bodily autonomy
It
and
depends
moral
on the
agency?
issue.
What issues are you discussing?
So, for example, there's the draft. I think we should have the draft if we don't have enough military soldiers. That's a restriction of bodily autonomy. I think some
Okay,
certain
great.
drugs should be illegal, which is a restriction of bodily autonomy.
Okay, that's not a restriction of bodily autonomy.
If
Or
drugs
moral
are illegal,
agency.
that's not a restriction of
Neither
bodily.
one of those. Neither one of those.
Neither one of those are
restrictions.
bodily autonomy. Are
Yeah,
you
because
sure?
I said
brother?
bodily autonomy and moral agency.
Moral
Right?
agency.
What I specifically said, yeah, moral agency. The ability to make
Define
decisions
moral
to
agency
be-
for me.
Yeah, the ability. I was before you interrupted me. The ability
Oh,
to make
absolutely.
decisions. Yeah, the ability to make decisions, right, and be
Oh.
held accountable for those decisions, whether they're right or wrong.
Absolutely.
Right?
So if
Okay,
there's a
great. So, like,
draft, how
even
am I
if-
making
even
a
if-
decision?
Yeah. So again, I don't believe in a draft. I don't believe we should fight for a white supremacist country that enslaved African people. What?
So why you here?
Yeah. Wait a minute. If you don't like it here, leave. By definition, the ADL has said that is a racist dog whistle for black people. Like, are you
I'm-
just going to continue to do racism? Like,
I'm
or are we
fine
gonna
with the
have an
ADL
honest
calling it
conversation?
racist. That
Can you
doesn't make
actually-
it racist.
But that is racist because, like, like at the end of the day, let me point this out to you: is that if you were in your apartment and it was dirty, do you just burn down your apartment or do you clean it up?
No, if a guest came in my
Okay, great.
apartment and
Can you
they
answer the
complained that it
question? Can you answer the question?
I will.
Okay, great. So if the apartment is dirty, do you burn it down or do you clean it up? Which one?
I'd clean it up.
Okay, great. If America has racism and has patriarchy and it has capitalism, things that are harmful to people, do we fix those things or do we just burn this country down?
If you refuse to participate in the draft, I think you're a traitor.
Yeah. So I don't need to participate in the draft because the draft has never represented me as a black man. Right.
Okay, so if the
by
government has never
definition,
represented
when
you,
we
why are
look
you
at-
here?
It has never, because I'm a prisoner of war.
What about Wesley Hunt, brother? He's represented you, but he's a Republican. You would never vote for him.
Don't
You'd probably
be-
vote in a
No,
white Democrat.
Republicans.
You would
Yeah,
probably
so again,
vote in a
and so
white
this is
Democrat
very
before a black
interesting. Can you answer
Republican.
my
So give me a
question,
break.
So like if you're with your significant other and y'all are engaging in sexual relationships and she says stop or he says stop, do you stop or do you keep going?
This is such an abstraction for what we're talking about. That's
Well,
funny.
it's not. Can you answer my question?
Yo, I believe that you think that sim culture
Can
will
you
help you
answer
get
my
laid, but I
question?
don't think
Hey, yeah,
that's the
that's a
truth.
pivot. Are you scared now? Stop being scared. I asked you a question. That laugh makes me know that you're uncomfortable. What I'm asking you is that if you're with your significant other, whether it's a man or a woman, right, or them, right, what I'm asking
Oh,
you
never them.
is that if in the middle of those relations, would you stop or would you keep going?
Oh, I would stop definitely.
Absolutely, because the morally good thing to do would be stop. If you were to keep
Absolutely.
going, that'd be great, right?
Absolutely.
Because they have bodily autonomy and moral agency, just like you do, right?
Absolutely.
And consent is ongoing and continuous. Somebody can give it to you, and then they can take it away. Yes.
Absolutely.
All right. Great. So you would also agree that as you laid out, the 30 million babies, right, are human beings deserving of life,
Mm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
You also agree that they have all of the moral entitlements that it is to be a human being.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, right? And they have a right to life.
You sound
All right,
pro-choice,
great.
bro.
So here's
I mean,
my
pro-life.
question. So here's my question for you. Here's my question.
Yo, if
for
you
you.
weren't
If I
trying to
have
get laid, I think you'll be pro-life.
Here's my question for you: that if I have two separate entities, right? Right, the baby and the mother. The baby is own individual,
Absolutely.
right? Deserving and has a right to life, moral agency, bodily autonomy, and all of those things, just like the mother, right?
Yep.
If the mother says stop, should the baby keep going?
Absolutely, because the right to life trumps the life.
Great. All right, great. So that is slavery.
No, it's not.
Right, now I'm going to ask you, why do you grant an extra positive right to the fetus or the baby?
Because it's human.
Okay, so
Can I
wait, the
ask a
mother is
It's a human
human.
species. It's part of the human species.
Just one
The
second.
mother is human, yes. And
Yeah,
the right
so
to
the mother-
life trumps the
Yeah, a
right
right
of
to
the
life.
mother
Okay,
to choose
great.
whether she
The
wants the
mother also
pregnancy.
has a right to life. We've already granted that both the mother and the baby have the same rights. What I'm asking you very directly and specifically is, why do you grant an extra right to the baby?
I don't.
You
If
do.
you're gonna let me, can I flesh out my position, or are you just
You're
gonna keep
granting out.
interrupting?
Listen. You've already said
You're
this.
just gonna
I'm
keep
asking
interrupting.
you,
Okay.
because when it comes
That's
to
fine.
bodily autonomy and moral agency, and you and a separate individual, you said that, you know what, I would stop, right? Because you respect the bodily autonomy and moral agency. When it comes to the baby and the mother, you're saying that the baby should encroach upon and intercede upon the mother, which again, the mother has a right to defend herself against the entity that she doesn't want encroaching on her body. And so what
No, I
I'm
would
trying
not
to
agree with
figure
that.
out is, why don't you think women have a right to self-defense? Two, why do you grant an extra positive right to the fetus?
Okay, so if you're talking about self-defense, like the fetus would threaten the life of the mother, I already granted that that's a justifiable use of abortion.
No,
I don't think
never said that. No, I don't care about any specific. We have the same rights for the mother and the baby, right? We
Yes.
also know that consent is ongoing and continuous and can be given and taken away at any point.
Yes.
Right? You're saying that the baby has a right to the mother's body against her will. What I'm
No.
asking you, one, is what grants that baby that right, and two, why don't women have a right to defend themselves?
What grants that baby the right is the fact that the right to life trumps any other right. So the right.
Okay, so that baby enslaves its mother. Now,
No, it
why?
doesn't.
Now,
Yo, I
very
love-
simple. That's very simple. That's what you walked right into it. The
You're
baby
ignoring
enslaved
the
the
Can I
mother's
ask a
mother.
right to
question?
life. Yeah, let's let
No,
Tara
I'm not.
ask
How?
them their question.
How am
Tara,
I?
go ahead.
How am I? How am I?
Yeah, I just a lot of times with this debate,
here
we
we
get
go.
like wrapped up in like our perspective of morality, and morality is such a subjective thing. And
Oh, God.
ultimately, what I would like to say is that the common goal would be to reduce the number of abortions, and banning abortion does not, we know from the evidence, reduce abortion. So what the things that do reduce abortions are like access to healthcare, increased minimum wage, like affordable childcare. So like
Oh, the guy left.
what I don't understand about this issue is that if those are the things that have been shown to actually reduce abortions, that we could like let go of our disagreements about what we think about it, because there's like religious beliefs and there's all this stuff that we're never going to agree. But if we really want to just reduce abortions, then why? I don't understand where a lot of people who are against abortion aren't for the things that actually reduce abortion, which is not banning it, but these other things like, affordable childcare, access to health care, minimum wage increase, all of that. So I'm wondering from this gentleman if he would support those, if he supports those kinds of things, if we have evidence that that's what actually reduces abortion as opposed to banning it, since that ultimately achieves what you are seeking is less abortions.
Okay, I'll give you 5 kudo points for idealism, but I would give you 0 kudo points for understanding reality. So when we're talking about abortion and we're talking about an issue like killing a fetus, it doesn't matter how to reduce the amount of abortions. It matters that in our society, are we allowing women to have abortions? Or are we not allowing women to have an abortion?
So you don't care about the ultimate goal of reducing abortions?
Not in the short term.
No,
not in the short term.
You don't
like Liv was saying, he wants women to be slaves.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, thanks
like
for
if you're defining
admitting
slavery
it.
as not killing your child, yeah, I would love slavery.
But you're not preventing, what I'm trying to say is that you're not preventing that happening less. Like the outcome, if you're wanting to protect more lives and since you see fetuses as these lives, if you're wanting to protect more of those, then why aren't you in agreement with what has been shown to actually do that?
Because in the short term, it decreases the amount of abortions, but in the long term, you're just keeping the process going. You're keeping abortions as a part of our society.
That's against what we know of the research, though.
The research is in the short term.
What are the reasons that you think,
the research
besides
has
medical
been over
necessity, what do
decades.
you think the reasons why people have abortions?
Besides medical necessity?
Right.
Self-prioritization.
Like
Self-prioritization.
Okay, so prioritization. What do you think? What does that mean to you?
Self-prioritization means that you're putting your right to choose and your right to have a comfortable life over the right to the fetus to live.
It's about access to resources, and that's why I said to you earlier, you're voting for a party who wants to. It is. It's about access to resources. You're voting for a party who wants to get rid of abortion, but as Tara said and I said, that we're not giving reasons for the rate of abortion to go down. We have children who are starving in this country. We have people who are adults who are starving in this country. We have people who are unhoused in this country. If we address the main issues that caused people to need to have abortions, like access to resources, mental health care, financial stability, we would have less abortions.
Great, we would have less abortions in the short term, but our society and our system would still allow abortions.
No.
So what you're saying is actually, it's not correct.
Oh, it's not correct?
We've had this research over decades. So you say that you give 0 points for reality, but you're
0 kudo
You're
points.
actually not in congruence with what we know from something that is actually very well researched. Even going back to like
I don't
the
like that you just
trans
misquoted
issue,
me.
like we have research that people, when they transition, their mental health improves. So like a lot of your opinions are counter to what we understand from stuff that is evidence-based.
Okay, I have a question. This is another hypothetical. So this is just reminding me a lot. In the founding of our nation, right? They knew they couldn't ban slavery outright because it wouldn't decrease. They wouldn't find a way to control the people enough to decrease slavery. So what they did was they added things like the 3/5 compromise, which lowered the amount of political power that slaves.
Hey, Clipping. What? Bye.
You know he was just rage baiting you guys with the whole slavery part, right?
Everybody big W to Earl. I'm sorry, what did you say?
You know he was just rage baiting you guys with the whole, slavery part.
No, I think he truly believes that.
Look,
do you support the Republicans?
I stay neutral in both parties. I just focus on the what's in front of me at the moment.
Okay, I'm looking for people who support the Republicans. Thank you. Tara, I appreciate your adding to the conversation. I mean, I guess at least he understood the way you were saying it a little bit better than the way I was saying it, but he's still...
I don't think he's open.
No, he's not. He's not. This should be interesting
Thank
if this
you.
person loads.
I do have a question for you, though. And I really
What's up?
respect your perspective. I think we agree on a lot. You did say something, though, that I am curious about.
Sure.
He had posed some sort of question about would you vote for a Republican who's American first or a Democrat who is Zionist? And you said that you were you
I
would
rather
vote
vote
for the
Democrats who's
Zionist
a
because of
Zionist.
the because of harm reduction. And
Mhm.
I find that curious considering all of the money that we spend supporting Zionist genocide that actually is pulling away from so many social programs, here in the States. I'm a therapist and social worker, and I've seen firsthand so many programs since the Trump administration has come about be
Just to be
slashed.
clear, in
Yeah.
his proposed thing, it was you have to vote for one. In real
Yeah.
life, I don't have to vote for either of them.
Sure.
So
Okay.
in
I mean,
real life,
I
I
just
wouldn't
was
vote for
wondering.
either of them. But in that proposed scenario, I would vote for somebody who is a Zionist over somebody who is a America First Republican, because the Republicans support Zionist policies, and they also create policies at home that are harmful to people, that cause the need for abortion, that are the reason why 30 million children are suffering from food insecurity. Like, those are all direct results of Republican policy. So if I had to choose in that hypothetical scenario, I would choose the Democrat over the Republican, because that is harm reduction. But in real life, I wouldn't vote for either of them.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks for clarifying.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, I am definitely somebody who does not support any type of Zionist agenda. I think it's fucking evil. I think what's happening to the people of Palestine and in Congo and Sudan is fucking evil. I don't support any of that shit. I recognize that there
Yeah.
are numerous genocides that are happening across the globe. But again, those are results of Republican policies.
Well, I look, I do not support Republicans at all. I am disgusted and I lean left, but I've been disappointed to see a lot of
Me too.
Democrats as well.
Oh, me too. I like to
Support.
call Hakeem Jeffries and Chuck Schumer a bitch every chance I get. Cory
Yeah.
Booker too. All
Yeah.
three of you are bitches.
Yeah. I agree.
Especially those three, because those three are in positions of power within the party. But there are plenty of other Democrats who are pieces of shit. Plenty of them. John
True.
Fetterman is another one. He's a piece of shit.
Yes,
So.
for sure. Well, thank
That's
you
all
for
I got.
letting me be part of the conversation. I'm going to go to bed.
Okay, good night. Thank you for
Okay,
coming.
have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, I used to.
Alright.
Yeah, thanks for requesting me on.
You sound really far away. I can't hear you, hon.
What about now? What
Nope.
about now?
Getting better.
Yeah, I used to be Democrat, but then I was like Republican. I don't know if you can hear me now.
You're
It sounds like
muffled.
the mic
Maybe
is
you're
covered
on.
on your mic.
That's
Yeah,
what I was gonna say.
or Bluetooth.
Okay.
Oh,
He dropped. It's okay. Maybe he'll come back.
he was sharing
All
the
right,
latest
since this guy doesn't
Republican.
understand consent, let's see what it is that he wants to say with his rapey ass behavior. I said that I was looking for people who support the Republicans, and you said that that was not necessarily you. So what is it that you're crying about in the chat?
It's not necessarily crying. I was actually willing to have a debate with you
We're not
regarding this
debating, we're
whole
having conversations.
conversation debate. Isn't that almost the same thing?
It is not.
Fair enough, but the whole abortion thing.
Okay, equalizing.
You end it by, not playing mommy and daddy in the bedroom when you're not ready to have kids. It's simple as that. Have some self-control, people.
That's from me. A gift to y'all.
Everyone say thank you, Mama Amanda. Thank you.
Jeff, end of a species. Jeff texted me. He said, "Is that a Phil bro?" His spidey sense was like, "Boop, boop, 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 boop."
Can I come? Can I join?
That's what he needed to say. He wanted to talk about abortion. We've already proved that abortion is something that is necessary because society doesn't support, especially when Republicans get power, doesn't support giving access to resources that are necessary to raise a happy, healthy family, to even have a happy, healthy pregnancy. Pregnancy in and of itself is inherently fucking dangerous. And we don't provide the necessary resources. As a matter of fact, Republican policies have caused labor and delivery deserts where whole fucking units have shut down and people don't have access to an obstetrician or a gynecologist within hours of their home. Direct result of Republican policy.
I want to say there's only 3 GYN clinics in Alabama because of those policies.
There's several hospitals that have shut down because of Republican policies. What? If it was only that simple, Matt. IWN. What would you like to add to the conversation?
Go make me a sandwich.
Eat a dick.
Can you not reach the counter?
Aw, buddy.
Boop, boop.
Yeah, boop you on your little nose. Boop. Boy. I'm gonna let another friendly up. We're gonna cycle through friendlies in a minute because there's a couple of friendlies. I don't know who Blanco is.
You're more than welcome.
No, his mommy said he's not allowed to use knives, psych nurse. His mommy said that he can't make his own little sandwich because he's not allowed to touch the sharp things in the drawer. He hasn't shown that he's responsible enough yet. Whoever that was that just got kicked from the panel, you're not loading. If you could re-request, I'd appreciate it. I don't know who this person is. Hi, how are you?
Hello, I was equalizing the game. I come back on a second account.
Okay, cool. We can hear you now.
Right. Yeah, I used to be Democrat, but then I used to be Democrat, but then Republican. I noticed like a whole shift of especially a lot of young men shifting from the left to the right. Why do you think that is?
Ooh, propaganda.
In my personal opinion, with the whole red pill shit, it's because people who are on the left talk about mental health a lot, right? As a matter of fact, it's Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. Okay? Or Men's Mental Health Month. And people who align themselves with the red pill shit and who end up voting Republican don't want to face the fact that they need therapy, that they need to address their issues, that it's much easier for them to shift the blame onto women and shift the burden onto women and behave exactly that way through controlling women through legislation and other means than to address and self-reflect.
Right. So that's why so much men shifted from the left to the right, because I thought it was them not caring about their issues, or for example, the left party caring about the LGBTQ or other movements.
Well, what issues do you think it is that men have that shift from the left to the right that the left is not addressing?
I think, I'll be honest, I think since a lot of men shifted from the left to the right, I think their mental health has been exposed more to the public. Because I don't think that was even a thing 4 years ago, a man talking about his mental health openly, how it is now.
That's a problem, and that's part of the patriarchy. The patriarchy is bad for men.
Right. Well,
it is.
I don't know. I just came here to have I'm an impartial person. I just wanted to come here and have a friendly discussion. But
sure.
Yeah, facts. You'll see me back in the chat if I have any other questions.
No worries. Thanks for coming. Have a good rest of your night.
You too.
Bye. Deconstruction is a lot of work. We have no more ops. They don't have anything else to say. Kiki was the only poor one waiting in the request. I was trying to give a chance for the ops to come up before I let up the whole crew. Oh, thank you so much for that. That's so pretty, Mr. Rogers.
I was gonna say you could also drop me in case it's preventing people from wanting to join. Anyway, sorry.
It's all right.
They
It's quite all right.
Posts? More like atronose.
Listen, they're going crazy on the phone line. I haven't answered it. I've had it on Do Not Disturb because we've had guest after guest, and I don't like when they're like ringing in because I feel like it's rude. So,
Bring them on.
white lefties on Instagram, they said white lefties think Zionism is the only issue. What's happening in Gaza is terrible. If that's the only thing you care about, buzz off. Okay, all right, bye. Get the fuck out of my chat. Like, what are you talking about? That's not the only thing I care about. We've just talked about a host of other issues.
Wait, are you also on Instagram right now?
Yeah, I'm everywhere right now, except for Substack. I'll set it up later. Streaming on Substack is annoying. We everywhere. Right. Like you can care about more than one thing at a time. This person's not loading either. Sorry, friend, you're not loading. The phone line is open for those of you who wanted to call in from YouTube, Twitch, or Instagram. You can do that now. The phone number is 407-494-4348. You better dial quick because somebody's going to dial faster than you, and then you're not going to get through because I don't answer the call waiting. Substack is awesome, but it's a pain in the ass to stream on it. This username is funny. Hi, how are you?
Hey, what's going on? How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. What would you like to add to the conversation? Oh, okay. Yeah, you can stream on Substack. You can go live.
Okay. All right, I'm here.
What's up?
Oh, nothing. I just saw your live and your prompt. Why do you still support the Republicans?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's not that I necessarily like the Republicans. However, when it comes to the Democrats, right? Like I live in California, for example. You have bills like AB 665, SB 107 being passed by Gavin Newsom, right? Which effectively give a 12-year-old the autonomy over their gender affirming care. And they could seek, counseling without their parents' consent. You see, we have a problem with this. It opens the door for what's called groomers. Now,
how does that open
anybody
the door for groomers?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you can already tell by the legislation that's there. I mean, for example, why the hell would a 12-year-old even do something? And why are they writing legislation that allows for patient confidentiality for a 12-year-old? See, it's shit like this.
Oh, you think that
you cannot.
So, pause. If there is an issue with the child that pertains to them harming themselves or others, or anything else that is deemed a danger, it is reported. But
yeah, but that's
with any kind of therapy, therapists, and we have one who's here on the panel who can attest to this, typically don't discuss things that are going on in therapy because then it makes the child not want to talk. So they really haven't done anything different.
It gets even better.
How old do you think people are when they go through puberty? At what average age does a girl start puberty?
So I'm going to let you know it gets even better.
I asked you a question. Answer the question.
No, I don't know. It all depends. I have no idea.
So then you're basing your opinion not on fact. It's just on
No, I'm just saying a 12-year-old, come on, does not need to seek
if a
any
12-year-old is
without
old
their
enough to be
parents'
forced
consent.
to carry a pregnancy to term, they're old enough to make decisions about their gender
Yeah, but that's not what we're talking about. So a 12-year-old boy can be pregnant. What are you talking about?
Can a 12-year-old boy not impregnate someone?
A 12-year-old boy can be confused. Okay.
I asked you a direct question. It's a yes or no question. It's a yes or no question. It's a yes or no question. Can a 12-year-old boy impregnate someone?
I don't think so.
Yes, they can.
Maybe.
Yes.
Nope, for sure.
They can.
Okay, your point is not relevant in this. The
It is
point
relevant.
is you're forcing taxpayers in California through Medi-Cal to subsidize 12-year-olds mental health therapy that can be
Right.
concealed, important word here, concealed from their parents. You do not see this being a problem?
Okay.
No, it's not a
So I
problem.
know.
Go ahead, Atropos.
Yeah,
Geeky,
I
give me
know,
a
and
second.
I know,
She's a
Geeky.
therapist.
I was gonna say, yeah, I know, Geeky, you got your hand up and stuff. So, I mean, the one thing I do want to say up front is that a big reason why they keep lowering the age of consent for therapeutic treatment, and by the way, that all that means is that when their
Because
parent brings
parents are
them to
not safe, people.
therapy,
So
exactly,
it
Amanda.
gets
That's
even
exactly what I
better.
was going to say. Hold on, please. What I want to explain is that there are parents out there that have really marked personality disorders like narcissistic personality disorder, etc. They do genuinely see their children as property. They see them as objects to be controlled, and they will do anything that they can during, let's say, divorce and family court to try and gain access to their children's treatment, to try and manipulate their children, and to basically create an unsafe space for therapy to happen. So that's actually a really big reason why they do it for 12-year-olds and up, because
Okay,
those kids are at a lot of risk of abuse.
I have to stop you right there. The bill primarily, effectively covers transgender
Okay,
affirming care.
sure.
So if you
That
can't
means
see how this
therapy.
could open the door, now SB 107 gets even better. Under California law, California will not extradite nor prosecute any other state's laws in regards to their transgender affirming care protocols. So, in other words, you can, just go to California if you are an adult, and let's say you are involved in some type of child grooming, whatever.
No.
Underneath California
What?
guidelines, that seems to be a thing that they don't
No.
find
No.
ino. No, no, absolutely,
No.
absolutely,
No.
Do you
yes.
know what
No.
gender?
No.
Do you know
No.
what gender affirming care happens around
Yes, it
12 years
does. It
old?
opens the door. It opens the door, you
What
guys. I swear.
what
You're
what
all
kind of
being
gender
deceived.
Just
what kind
because
of gender
you think
affirming
that
care?
way, hold on. Just because you
No.
think that way, you really need to do some self discovery as to why you would look for that angle as opposed to what Atropos was telling you, which was protecting children
Oh,
from
it gets even
abusive
better.
parents. So
Oh, it
far,
gets
it
even
hasn't
better.
gotten better, right? So
Oh,
far, you've
yeah.
just made yourself look like an ass. Geeky wanted to talk, so go ahead, Geeky.
Okay, so Californian to Californian, even though I don't claim you, you clearly don't know what these laws mean. Yes, a 12-year-old can go and seek therapy for. Why are you laughing? Stop it. You
Because
can
it's
go and seek therapy
disgusting.
for gender affirming care. I don't give a fuck if it's disgusting. Be disgusted by it and then choke on your vomit, dude. I don't care.
It's funny how you guys
Like, what?
call Trump a
Geeky,
pedo,
hey,
yet you're
listen,
writing
stop,
laws to
stop,
protect pedos.
stop, stop, stop. We are going to keep the conversation civil. We are not going to overtalk each other. I don't care who you are. If it turns into a shit show, I gotta kick you. I can't do it.
Absolutely,
I had to kick Sunday
absolutely
Show and Gotham, and I
understandable.
gotta keep hold to that. I gotta keep it the same. Go ahead, Geeky. Finish what you were saying.
Absolutely understandable. So, my whole thing is, dude, when it comes to gender affirming care, one, cis children use gender affirming care at a rate of 20 to 1. It simply means that a child doesn't have to disclose things to their parent in order to discuss it in therapy. That's not exclusive to trans kids, my dude. It's for all children, where
So
they
who
don't
pays for
have
the
to
therapy,
disclose
ma'am?
these things. Why? Okay. You know what? This is just
I'll
leading
tell
up
you
to
who
my.
pays for the therapy. You
Stop
want to
speaking.
know?
I'm literally in the middle of speaking. Remember what Amanda said? Don't overtalk each other. I'm literally in the middle of speaking, and you want to jump the gun so much that you pretty much push me into my point.
I think
It
it's important
doesn't
to know these
matter
things,
who
don't you?
pays for it. It doesn't matter who pays for it. What matters is that kids don't end up unaliving.
Okay, well, first
That's
of
what
all,
matters. It's very funny that you don't care enough about kids to want them to live, because gender affirming care saves lives.
how do you feel about the kids that are trafficked in the LA and consummate to about
Source.
$180 billion
Source
a
needed.
year?
Source needed.
Oh, that's an easy one. They even made
No,
movies
no, no.
about
I
it.
need you to provide a source for that.
Oh, you can Google it, huh? Seriously.
No, I
Google is
want
not a
you to
source.
provide a source. Google is a search engine, not a source. I want you to provide a source.
I'm at the gym right now on the bike, so I can't.
I don't care where you are. You're up here having a conversation with us. You should have come prepared.
Okay, well, they literally made a movie called The Sound of Freedom, and it literally is all about it.
Oh
But
my
yeah,
god,
anyway.
that was a propaganda reel. Are you kidding me? And then that dude was arrested for child trafficking. Weird how that works, isn't it?
No, the guy, what?
Yes, he was.
Yep.
You guys are crazy, bro.
True story.
Hey, wait.
You
I have,
quoted a
hang on
movie,
1
my
minute.
guy.
Hang on 1 minute.
You were like,
we are giving you cited sources right now with what we are talking about, and yet you can't even give us a cited source. You just gave us Google. So then, if you're gonna come up and talk on here,
The
give
reason
a
why I
cited
don't, I
source.
can't believe you guys don't even know this. It's kind of alarming, to be honest.
dude, we
You are
know
not
that
citing your source.
Like, you guys don't
you're not
know that
citing
the
a source.
cartel
Dude,
MS-13
stop speaking.
operates in
Stop.
Los
No,
Angeles?
stop. Hey, dude. Remember
Please
that whole
provide a
thing?
source. Please provide a source. If you have the
You,
ability
you,
to be
you
on
do
your
you do
phone at
know
the
that there's
gym, then you have the ability to teacup and go look up your source.
Amanda,
you know
his
that
source is the sound of
you
freedom.
do know that there's over 10,000
I heard.
like gangs in LA, right? You do know that, right?
Yeah, and you do know
Stop
that the
pivoting.
police are one of the biggest ones. Stop
No,
pivoting.
what I'm
Go
saying
get me
is
a
a lot of these
source.
gangs
Go get me a
are
source for
tied.
that claim about Los Angeles, dude. As an Angelino, I'm demanding you go get a source about my city.
So yeah, as an Angelino, I highly doubt anybody voted that in those numbers. By the way, everybody's really upset.
Really
If you're
upset
not
about
gonna
what?
cite a
The fact that
source,
Spencer Pratt lost? We're not upset.
You should be.
hey, let's not pivot. Let's not pivot right now. If you're not gonna cite a source right now, then I would suggest you just drop off the panel, because if you can't cite any factual evidentiary support based on any analytical data, you should not be talking about it, because it's not how you feel. We
You know
need
the reason
evidentiary
the reason why I'm not being like hit for misinformation, because it's all true. Like this app's really like on it.
All right,
No,
what was
you
your
Great.
claim?
silly Billy.
Hold on. Please repeat your claim. I just want to be sure that I'm clear on it. What was your claim?
That Los Angeles constitutes over 180 billion dollars in human trafficking, ran by MS-13 and other cartel
Okay,
gang
that's
members.
enough. Thank you.
And sanctuary city laws help protect these individuals by not allowing ICE to do their job. Major problem, guys.
That's a huge
I pray
pivot
for you.
from what we were talking
I will
about.
pray for your safeties, though. If you're in Los Angeles, I would be very careful.
There's no source. There's no source that supports your claim.
Oh no, it's out there.
Also,
I'll find it for you.
It's not. I'm looking it up.
I'll find it for you. Don't worry.
State of California, Loyola Law School. None of these things. LA County, City of Los Angeles. None of these things support your claim.
Ooh, W Kiki.
W Kiki.
Fine. I will be back, and I will.
Not today, you won't.
Go get back in the cuck chair. Go get back in the fucking cuck chair.
Why are men?
Girl, honestly, why men? Exactly is the question I ask every day. Trust me, and I'm a guy that tells you anything right now.
Hello.
Uncuck America, they paid to kick you. You're not coming back.
How's it going?
It's going. You teacupped. Damn, they were blowing up the phone line,
Hello.
and now they
I
don't
got
wanna
a call.
Thank you
I
for
got
the
a
gift,
call.
original.
Hello.
Yep.
You guys hear me? I got a call.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Amanda, I bet your daughter's pussy is so tight. I want to fucking rape your daughter
What the
and kill it,
fuck?
nigger. It's Derek, nigga.
Can
You
y'all
know
block
who it
him?
is, nigger. It's
Can
Derek.
y'all block him? Thank you. I want you
Was
to
that
block
guy-
him, not kick him. Don't kick him, block him. Because now I can't block him.
Was that guy?
It was Derek.
Unbelievable. Oh, we already have Lilith. Don't you worry.
I got him blocked.
Thank
Hello.
you. Hi, how are you?
Hello. So my debate is, was Caden right about your daughter?
Out of respect for Amanda, I'm not going to lose my
Don't
shit.
answer him. Don't answer him. Because then he's just going to keep going. Never engage with that shit. You just sit here and stare at him. That's what they want. They want you to respond. They want a rise out of you. Don't give it to them.
Who wants a rise out of me?
Not me.
Hey, you can't be eating like that every damn night, bro. You're gonna get
I
way
can
too
eat as
thick.
much as I want. Bro, I'm 5'6" and 123 pounds. I'm fucking fine. I wear a size 2. I'm good.
Oh.
Yep, and then
Okay.
after I poke Smot some more later, I'm gonna have the munchies and I'm gonna eat some more.
What are you gonna eat? What are you eating now?
Pasta.
Oh. Do you put extra cheese on that?
Mm-mm. What would you like to add to the conversation that pertains to the topic at hand?
Not a damn thing.
Okay, so why are you here?
To fuck with you.
You're not gonna get
To
a
play
rise out of
play.
me. You guys want to see my new shirt? You guys missed it earlier. You want to see my new shirt?
Yes,
Yeah.
duh.
Hold on, I gotta get out of my sweatshirt. It's hard to get it over my big fucking boobs.
Everybody throw dollar bills.
Hell yeah. I'll take your dollars.
I wasn't joking.
Are you ready? It
Yes!
says, first of all, eat a dick.
Oh my
I love
god.
That's
that.
from wearebabe.com. You can use code AmandaInformed for a discount. You're welcome.
Very nice. Well, I'm going to bed. Have a good night. Enjoy your food.
Okay, bye. Let me change the settings because it's not ringing through on here, and I think it's because I have them set to ring to my phone too. Okay, there we go. All right, y'all can call in. Phone line's back open.
That guy was real interesting.
Mm-hmm. He just likes
Also, to any guy out there, telling any female what to do and how it affects their body, you are absolutely incorrect on anything.
You know what, Amanda? I want you to eat more. I want you to make it messy.
I'm full. I can't eat anymore.
Next time you have
That's
to
why
eat.
I'm so skinny, because I eat like a bird. Just for purposes. I think that we shouldn't refer to women as females. I think it's like ick. Women are women.
Oh, sorry. It's my background.
It's
That's why,
military,
because of
I
the
know.
military.
It's the military thing. I know.
Thank you. No, I appreciate it.
I know. I remember they'd be like, hey, female. So annoying.
As a woman, it took me years to break that habit.
It's hard with the military. And they don't call men males like they call women females. It's so weird. But it's the misogyny. It's the
Oh my god, you sounded like my aunt who smokes cigarettes for a second.
I have broccoli in my teeth now. Fuck.
Wazowski, you didn't turn in your paperwork again.
Can we talk about Pete Hegsbreath and his workout routine recently?
Oh my
Have you
god, what an
seen
embarrassment. Dude was benching like what? 60 pounds?
It was like
It was nothing.
It wasn't even that. I think those were 20-pound dumbbells and like
20,
on the
40 plus the
struggle bus.
bar. Plus the bar, so like 85.
Who was this?
Pete Keg's
Pete
breath.
Keg's breath.
Oh my god, that's so pathetic.
Did you guys see his fancy skedaddling? His fancy footwork?
His skipping.
Oh my god,
his,
no, I didn't see that.
The
I'm a
scissor.
fairy and I can skip better than that. So
The skedaddling was whimsical as
He
fuck.
can never be a lesbian with those scissors.
Nope.
Yikes. Yikes. That's crazy. It's worth looking up? Okay, am I looking up Pete Keg's breath skipping? I'm down for it.
yeah, watch his like whole thing from the Navy. It's hilarious. By the way, sorry, I don't have any voice.
You're good. All of y'all that are mad over there in YouTube land, I only read super chats. Every once in a while when I'm bored and I want to fuck with you, I'll read them. But if you want my attention, send a super chat. Otherwise, I'm ignoring you. Or you can call in. Those are your options.
Please call in. Please. I want to roast you.
Mm-hmm. Otherwise, I'm just going to go poke Smart. No, Anomaly, why would I be ignoring you? Are you in the requests? I didn't see you. It doesn't say I have any requests. No, there's nobody in the request. Why would I ignore you? Oh, I'm looking up this video. Pete. Skipping.
Does anyone else now find that there autocorrects to the names that you call people? Like,
yes,
call him
I had
Pete?
to erase Hegseth like 4 times because it was going Keg's breath.
Yep. Trump kept getting extended to Trumperdink because that's what I called him for the longest time.
Trumperdink. I don't see this video. Pete Hegseth workout maybe if I put that in.
Just look
Be
up
more
Pete
specific,
Hegseth
put
Navy workout.
Yeah.
It was on the USS Boxer.
Yep.
Is that what it's from?
Yeah.
Okay. YouTube ads. Fucking ads. But I can't be mad at them because they make me money. You're a Pisces? That's funny. I can't skip them. It's weird that y'all hate the Constitution. I gotta watch 3 minutes and 21 seconds of this.
It's worth it though, because it's hilarious.
In what world do you use high knees in that scenario? What the fuck is he doing? He looks like, what the fuck is he doing? He gave up. First of all, he couldn't even do the prescribed amount of jumping jacks. Dude, the laterals are fucking weird. His knee, what was he doing with his knee?
He ain't got them. They're all wobbly from sucking Trump's ick.
He's a show pony. That's equestrian stepping.
His push-ups don't even count. That sag in the middle is crazy town.
You want to know
If I was
something
grading
funny?
his PT test, I would have been like 1, 1, 1. Every time he does an exercise, he goes, ha! What's up, Hector? How's it going?
There's a Marine drill instructor that was watching him do the pull-ups with RFK Jr. He's like 0, 0.
I just want to point out that there are women in this video who are not as winded or as sweaty and are still jumping higher than him while wearing full camelbacks. I just want to point that out. Pete, man up, bro. This is funny.
It's also sad because this is who is supposed to be leading the fucking military, and they can't even do the same thing that every other military member can do. It's
Right.
honestly, it pisses me off.
Bro is so sweaty and out of breath. He's having a hard time. That's fucking funny.
I've been out of the military
Dinner's on
for
the way out.
20 years, and I could do push-ups and pull-ups
Knees.
and
He
jumping
said doing
jacks
knees.
so
Shit was
much better than
weird.
him.
It's the whiskey, probably. He's sweating off the booze.
He's doing ragtime. He said, "Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling. Hello, my naval gal."
He sweats Jack Daniels.
I agree with you, Anomaly.
I thought the same thing, Gigi.
Oh my god, you guys crack me up.
The crossover knee shit is wild. That's what I was talking about. Just like randomly, he
I wonder-
throws a knee like high in the air, like a galloping little fucking pony. Poor princess.
He's got
You're
twinkle toes.
banana.
I guarantee he.
Do you guys think that he does that like show pony? Have you guys seen those people? The people who use like the fake horse thing, the horse on a stick, and they ride around and they do equestrian tricks and shit.
Yes.
The
does
jumps
that. I
and
guarantee
everything.
He does that. He jumps and everything. Guaranteed.
Oh, we got a caller.
Uh-oh.
Hey, thanks for calling the stream. Can you tell me your name and where you're calling from, please?
Oh, it's a woman.
1,000 men versus human.
I have your phone number, so I literally could just find out who your parents are and tell them that you need to have your internet access taken away. You know that, right?
Is it the first time talking to a woman?
Like, I have your phone number. I can find your parents and tell them that they need to take your internet away.
Billy, you're grounded.
Go to bed.
Oh, go to bed now. You're gonna miss some school tomorrow.
There's
Drink
a Call
some-
of Duty lobby missing their troll.
They probably got bullied out of a Call of Duty lobby, so like, I'm gonna go on YouTube. Doubt that would happen. Wouldn't be the first time I found somebody's parents and told them that they needed to get their kid off the internet and what their kid was doing.
You know what I find
don't like Gavin
interesting?
Newsom.
You know what I find interesting is that all these people that are on like the debate scene that are opposition always have an additional profile because they don't want to use a real profile because they know that they're wrong.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's why they stay anonymous, because they know, like, if they said the shit that they were saying, like, with their whole chest and showed their face and, like, participated in live streams like I do, they would lose their fucking jobs. They would lose their fucking jobs. They would be the people whose families cut them off and go no contact with them. And then they're like, why has nobody come in to Christmas dinner?
Not the Christmas dinner.
It's a day to celebrate the Lord. Thank you, Anomaly. It is officially Friday.
Oh,
Send
heck
y'all's
yeah.
heart me's now. Everybody send your heart me now, because tomorrow when we go live at 11 p.m. Eastern, we'll be doing the political pour, so you guys won't be able to send your heart me's. Send them now.
I can't send mine for another 50 minutes.
It's after midnight.
For you.
You, babe.
Oh, that's right. It's not for you.
Time zones.
I know. I forgot Kiki's not in the same time zone. What is that? A little soccer bear? That is cool. Thanks, Stux. I appreciate you. I haven't seen that one before.
W
Praise
Soccer Bear.
Jesus.
W Soccer Bear. L, the FIFA World Cup being in Los Angeles right now.
Yes, to that.
They should have canceled this shit in America. They really should
They
have.
really should have. I can't believe they hadn't.
Same. Thanks for calling the stream. Can you tell me your name and where you're calling from?
Name is Lee. I'm calling from Dallas, Texas.
All right, cool. Give me 1 second. Owen, thank you for the super chat. Said Gavin Newsom has red flags flying out of every orifice in his body, but I don't think he wants to be a dictator. What's your take? I don't think Gavin Newsom wants to be a dictator, but also I think Gavin Newsom's a piece of shit. Like, that's just me. I don't agree with a lot of his things. I don't like his transphobia for sure. Let's start there. All right, caller. What would you like to add to the conversation?
I don't know why anybody supports Democrat or Republican. Like, why?
Because we live in a society where it's a two-party system and we have to vote for, well, I guess you don't have to vote, but if you choose to exercise your right to vote, which you should, you're going to have to vote for one of them.
They're the same. You know, every American should decide to
How are they
revolt against the two
synonymous?
parties. What's that?
How are they synonymous?
They have the same donors. I mean, I don't know why people don't get it by now. It's a
It's not that
huge
people
game
don't
to
get
play
it.
on.
People understand that large corporations donate, but we need to get rid of Citizens United.
But what now?
We need to get rid of Citizens United.
Who runs Citizens United?
I don't think you're equipped for this conversation. We're looking for people who support the Republican Party. Thank you. No, he doesn't. I don't answer block numbers. So you're just going to continuously keep calling and it's not going to go through. It's just going to send you straight to voicemail and I don't check the voicemails. So.
Is star 69 still a thing?
Yeah. Thanks for calling the stream. Please tell me your name and where you're calling from.
Around. Why you looking at my asshole?
Don't call back.
What?
It's not a debate. He doesn't even know who Citizens United is. You can't. How am I going to talk to him about a topic he has no fucking idea? It's not my job to educate him. You want me to educate you on Citizens United? Then you can pay me $50 and you get 20 minutes of my time.
Why 50? Why'd you go to a lowball number? You should be charging him 100, Diva.
Because I want it to be accessible to most people.
You see, that is lovely of you. I respect that.
Mr. United is the CEO. Shut up, Neely. Oh my god. I guess not, Nikki. I guess not. Y'all can call in if you want to. Have at it. Have at it. John United runs it. Fucking guy. Fucking John. It's always a J name. It's always a fucking J name. I wouldn't know anything about that. I'm the goat. I don't know about that. I guess we're not gonna get anybody else. I guess I should go poke Smot and we should all go to bed. What are you guys doing tomorrow at 11 p.m. Eastern?
Political poor.
That's right. We have a special guest joining us tomorrow night, Jonathan Perez, who's going to talk to us about what it's like to be a DACA recipient. You can find him on all social media under Latinos Against Spooky Shit. He is awesome. He is a very close personal friend of mine who I adore to the moon and back. And they're going to come and they're going to talk. We're going to talk, like we normally do, about our 3 news stories for the week that deserve some attention. And then we're going to talk about what it's like to be a DACA recipient so that people can see what it's like from an immigrant's point of view. It'll be a good time.
Do you have
Jonathan
a
and I like
for the news stories that you're going to talk about?
No, it's a secret. We usually don't decide till tomorrow morning so that it's as current as possible. Thanks for calling the stream. Can you tell me your name and where you're calling from?
Yeah, my name is Owen, calling from Seattle. I don't think I'm going to be the same as a lot of the people you've had previously. I am kind of getting more into partisantism because I've been voting third party for my entire life because I never fully trusted any of the Democrats, having traced them. Like, about half of them are involved in insider trading.
Mm-hmm.
With this administration, though, I'm realizing that there is literally no alternative. Like, anybody on the end of the Republican side, they're not just into insider trading. They're into bed with everything. You know what I mean?
No, for sure.
So, what I'm looking for is somebody to convince me to actually believe it's worth joining the Democratic Party. And you can feel free to talk to me as somebody that has no background in political science whatsoever, because I'm an engineer, you know.
Okay.
I've read some books, but I feel like you've made better points than I've made to myself, you know?
I don't think it's up to anybody to really convince you to vote one way or another. I think that voting is definitely a personal choice, but when we talk about, like, when we do these streams, we talk about it, at least I try to figure out why people feel the way they feel, like where they're coming from. So in order for you to like decide if you want to vote for a Democrat candidate, you got to do some soul searching and look at policy and decide what aligns most with your values.
Yeah. Well, I feel like a lot of the Democrats are thoroughly two-faced, Gavin Newsom being a really obvious example.
Sure.
He's performatively trans inclusive is how I would describe him.
I
I've lived
agree.
a good chunk of my life in California, and there's a huge gap between the type of policies he makes, says he's going to make, and what he does. He put like the homeless people in my county in a literal trail of tears after claiming and getting elected, saying he'd give social services, let them sleep wherever they want, et cetera, et cetera. And I felt kind of the same way about Kamala. She had a really horrible track record, especially with minorities, due to the whole court case thing. And the more I look into it, the more that I doubt any of it's true. So how about we start there? Is the whole thing about Kamala Harris not giving a shit about her job in the judiciary branch of what county was it in California? Is that actually true?
That she didn't give a shit about her job?
Yeah, that's essentially what people have told me.
I mean, she did a pretty good job. I mean, no person is without error, but I mean, one of her biggest successes was the Back on Track program and the reduced recidivism rates to less than 10%, which is damn near unheard of.
Okay. See, I've been reading up on how, despite the two-facedness of the progressive movement, there's plenty of statistics that show that what they do has a palpable effect. It's nowhere near what they say they're going to do, but it does something, right?
Sure, because there's obstruction that happens, and you know, people have to make concessions when they're making policy in order for the policy to pass. Like, there's no such thing as a perfect piece of legislation, because when you're talking about the people who vote on these pieces of legislation being from opposing parties and opposing ideologies, nothing is going to be perfect for everybody. There are going to be amendments. There are going to be people who contest the legislation. So you got to work within the system that you're given, and that's our system.
Okay. And you know, I also wanted to suggest something in regards to talking to people on the right. I find that if you sort of hide your political ideologies and get them off their phones for a couple of hours, that we find out that they're actually just center-right Christians rather than this really weird alt-right Trump MAGA cult. I think we're in this position because we cracked the human algorithm and used AI to make targeted propaganda, you know, kind of taking the Cambridge Analytica theory to a whole other level. What's your thoughts on that?
Definitely in part.
Go ahead, Atropos. Go
Sorry.
ahead.
No, I was just gonna, that was all I was gonna say for now.
Okay, I wouldn't want to take up the entire stream here. I'm already like twice as long
You're
as all the
fine.
other
It's okay. I think in terms of people falling for the propaganda, it's because it sits with them. It's something that sits with them in the most comfortable of ways, right? It doesn't, in order for you to be propagandized, you have to not want to deconstruct or look within yourself to see how you fit within society when these decisions are made. It's just much easier for you to go, you know what, that makes sense to me. I'm comfortable with that. I'm going to believe that to be fact.
Yeah.
And not to mention psychologically targeting certain groups with certain types of propaganda. Like, there are studies coming out, for instance, about the conservative brain and how they're more fear-driven. So handing them propaganda that's fear-driven is going to put them in that place. Another way of looking at it, too, is there are studies that show that people who join white supremacy groups do so because they feel socially alone and isolated. So, I mean, the manosphere has done a really great job of that, right? Really isolating men and leaving them to their own devices on the internet, you know, to just pick up on all this stuff.
I uninstalled Instagram because it would not stop pushing manosphere bullshit at me. And there was like a 6-month period in there where I believed it, and I kind of understand that mindset of falling into that trap. Eventually, I realized that, like, this is, they're making a case to all men about women's nature that's true of, like, the not 1% of girls that are thoroughly narcissistic. You know what I mean? And, they have a full confirmation bias about it by finding women who are selling content online and all this other crap. In reality, like, it's such a stupid echo chamber. Like, the minute I watched one episode of the Fresh and Fit podcast, I realized that this whole thing's a fucking sham. Like, talk
that
about
goes back to what I said, right? About choosing what's comfortable. Because if you're not participating in the manosphere, it forces you to look within yourself. The people in the manosphere have found an easy scapegoat on women. And that's comfortable because they don't have to examine their own shortcomings. Why do I feel lonely? Why am I isolated from other people? Why is my mental health the way it is? Like, all of these things are much more easy to deal with because it's comfortable to not have to challenge yourself.
So, how do you make that case to somebody that's in it? Because, like, half of my male friends, the under 20 population that voted for Trump, they thought I was on their side, but it turns out, no, I didn't fall for it all the way. I turned around and voted Jill Stein kind of right at the last minute. And then I found out supposedly Jill Stein was receiving money from Trump's former lawyer or something like that. That's neither here nor there, though.
Political cicada. That's what I call her. She's a political cicada. A wanted to say something to add to the conversation. A, what's up?
Yeah, so he was. Oh, wait, can you hear me?
Yeah, he can hear you.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, great. It's not showing on my thing on my profile that my mic is going off. But I wanted to tell you, so the reason why you were getting what was the terminology that the manosphere? You were getting the manosphere on your media is because when it goes to analytics, because I do this for the military part-time in the National Guard, is when you go into your analytics, whoever you're following, whoever they follow, typically that push for their data is going to be pushed on you because you typically, when people follow other people, they follow the same rhetoric. And so I would just question who you were following and who follows that same rhetoric patterns. Because you also said later on that your friends were talking about the manosphere as well too. And if that makes you and feel a certain kind of way, just completely separate because or not. You don't necessarily have to separate. I say use your best judgment on how to conduct conversations with those people or just simply not block off, but be cautious around those people because when it comes to rhetoric within the manosphere, it is very harmful rhetoric, especially when it comes to not being able to have men talk within therapy, having men not be able to talk about issues within themselves as well too, because it's a very caustic environment.
Yeah, there isn't a word of that I have disagreed so far. I'm trying to figure out how I can form arguments here because I feel like I'm in the zombie apocalypse, right? The chunker area that I live in is between Snohomish and King County in terms of Seattle. Snohomish County is all farmers. And let me tell you, Trump signs everywhere. As soon as you cross over the boundary, even the plants are landscaped differently. You know what I mean? And a lot of my friends came from Snohomish County.
I lived out there for a little bit. I know what you're talking about. I lived in Puyallup.
Oh, Puyallup. Yeah, Puyallup there's no saving Puyallup. I'm sorry.
Well, we were at Joint Base Lewis McChord, so we had to live someplace that was within driving distance.
So the other side to me asking is radical leftism. Early college kid in Sacramento, right? I completely radicalized for the left, strangely enough. And I got immediately disillusioned after participating in multiple nonprofits because I watched every single one get completely collapsed internally by infighting. And I started to think that maybe these people need to examine their ideology and maybe accept that, yes, human beings are flawed one way or another, because a lot of their ideology comes from this position of we're culturally manipulated to be a patriarchy. We're culturally manipulated to be individualist. It benefits capitalism, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I could use somebody's second perspective on debunking that because I feel like these people are not getting anywhere. You know what I mean?
I wish that I could debunk that, but unfortunately I can't. Your observation is the same observation that I've had. That people can be extremely toxic. A lot of the problem with the left is the purity politics. It causes a lot of infighting. They expect everyone to be perfect, forgetting the fact that people are human.
You know, the thing that always gets them, that the infighting slows them down. Somebody would just randomly accuse somebody else of something, and then everybody will refuse to question it because we don't victim blame. It's just that, like, a person will take the seat as the coordinator for what we're going to do today, and then somebody will get jealous and post an anonymous thing. And I'm like, guys, there's a pattern here.
That's childish.
There's a pattern. Well, it's funny because all these people are older than I am, and they're officially trying to kick me out. And I'm sitting here thinking, you know, it makes me feel like maybe I chose the wrong side here. What if human beings are ideologically for the right? But I have no evidence whatsoever to support that idea. Sometimes I think it's espionage, but that's also just schizo. You know what I mean?
Well, I think another way of looking at it maybe is that when you're coming from an authoritarian or conservative perspective, you're usually asking people to show up in a certain way in society, very conservatively in all aspects. And I think that as you move to the left, you're being invited to not have any of those restrictions. But because the far, far left of people have been kind of exiled and, you know, made out to be these radical lunatics for so long, they're pretty quick to judge at this point. They're pretty quick to try and scapegoat their own. And I think that that's more so a reflection of them feeling jilted themselves and trying to, you know, push for this new reality we all want that's going to be better for us all. And, you know, it just gets messy. I don't think that that should be a reflection on the ideologies of the left, though, which are inevitably for human rights, for equity, for, you know, basic, you know, health care and needs being met. I mean, not super extreme, you know?
What do you consider radical?
Right.
Oh, I almost volunteered for Rojava, actually. That's how radical I am. I don't know if you know of those people. And then I stopped because I realized I don't know anything about politics.
Fair.
I heard that in the background, by the way. I don't know if I heard that. She said, what do you consider radical?
Yeah.
Uprooting the specific type of capitalism we have, because I don't think we are a capitalist nation at all. I think that the bones of our culture inspired the idea of fascism, though we aren't explicitly fascist, right? We absolutely became as we tightened authoritarian grip on it, but this idea of America from the past versus America right now, I don't think it exists. I think we got hijacked like in the 1700s by the pemmican companies that ruled the West. You know what I mean? Our Constitution was all about, what do you call it? Guaranteeing only seats in Congress back then to landowning white men with a certain net worth. And it's kind of hard to move away from that, especially when you can just, you know, print money, re-inject it, keep the people happy, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But so my form of radicalism would be a system where people collectively, it's the city corporation wants to use our natural resources. That gives the people more of a say in what business can do what and where. And I think I would also put in something that prevents folks that don't actually know what they're doing, that are thoroughly uninformed, from voting, which means you would have to take a current events literacy test. It would be made by some other institution whose sole purpose is just...
Oh, I didn't hang up on him. I don't know what happened. He hung up. I didn't hang up on him. Sorry, friend. I understand what fiat money is. It's fiat currency, not fiat money, but the proper term is fiat currency. Just because we have a fiat currency does not mean that we don't have capitalism, and I don't know why you don't understand that.
Yeah, we're in an oligarchical crony capitalism death spiral in the United States. But one of the things that I wanted to say in response to his whole like red pill thing was that men are desperate for someone to be submissive to. But they don't want to admit that they would be submissive to women, so they look for the bigger, badder man to be submissive to. Men are desperate to be submissive. constantly hunting for it. They always want a tougher dude.
I mean, I
I
could
would love
see
to
where
hear
that
your
would
rebuttal.
apply in many instances, but I don't know that I would agree with that as like a majority. I would say that is partially true, but I don't think that is totally true. I
It's,
think
to me,
more
it's
than
what
that, they're looking for a mother figure.
I think they're just looking for parents, really, because they want. It's one of the reasons why Trumpers nowadays call him daddy. It's very strange. It's very fucking strange. But men.
I mean, I guess wanting to
that's my
see
belief
their
behind
partner as a
religion as
parent
well.
figure could potentially be interpreted as submission, as a submissive thing, because children, follow the rule of their parent. But they want women to act like their mother, but then also control women. It's a weird thing. It's a weird dynamic.
It's very strange. But they don't want to submit to women because they didn't see their mothers submit to their dads most of the time. Or they saw their mothers submit to their dads. So they kind of want the same thing. It's very strange. It's a harsh generalization. But, like, my whole thing is men really love religion because it's someone to submit to that they don't have to admit they're submitting. They're rewarded for their submission.
Hey, men,
So
you should try submitting to a woman sometime. It's fun, I promise.
get pegged. I promise you'll like it.
Facts.
I didn't say that. They might enjoy it.
Kiki said that.
Don't worry, I'm gentle.
A lot of lube.
Friend on the top, Dylan, we don't even want to talk to you. Bye. You're gonna time out in 2 seconds.
So there's this other phenomena, and it's called,
You're good. Go ahead. Finish your thought.
Oh, I was going to say it's called like the recapitulation of the family model, and it's in group dynamics. It's very interesting. It basically just means that we're all just replaying our family system growing up over and over and over again in new groups. Yeah. So what does it say that? Yeah, and it's like, what does it say that these grown men want some big, honcho like Trump to like, put them in their place and stuff like that and watch women get hurt? It's like, how do you think those guys grew up? Probably with dads that did that.
Probably so, yeah. All right, we got a caller on the line. Thanks for calling the stream. Can you tell me your name and where you're calling from?
Kirby from Georgia.
All right, what's up, Kirby from Georgia? What would you like to add to the conversation?
Well, I was the other lady that was talking about men. I just kind of wanted you to elaborate on that a little bit. I kind of came in late in the point, so I wasn't understanding exactly what you were saying about men like wanting to be submissive, or were they wanting to be like submissive to women or submissive to other men?
Geeky.
So
that's for you, babe.
My whole theory is that men in this patriarchy, the way that it is set up now, there's so much pressure for them to be this leader, to be this big bad, presence in the lives of everyone, that they rebel against. They want to be submissive. Honestly, I have a feeling that they think that it's easier, even though being submissive is very tough. It's a rebellion against the patriarchy, and honestly, you guys want to be submissive, just do it.
Can I let you in on a little insight on that? I'm gonna give you guys probably more personal details than you really need, but I'm gonna let you into my
Amanda lore.
Into my world. All right, a little bit of Amanda lore. I personally in activities am a submissive person. Why is that? Because I have to control every aspect of my life. Not because I want to, but because I have to, right? I got to take care of the kids. I got to go to work. I got to pay the bills. I got to do all of these things, right? That require me to have control of the situation. So when it comes to activities and it comes to fun, being able to be submissive to somebody relinquishes that need to carry the weight, if that makes sense.
To always be in control and always be thinking about every freaking thing that needs to happen. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Yep, it's about
Okay.
balance. Did they answer your question?
Yeah, so, well, I watch so many videos from so many different people, and I've listened to your live a couple of times. And when you guys brought up this point, I will say that I do agree to some extent that I think a lot of pressure is being put on men these days, but not just men, women, pretty much everybody in general that is not part of the 1%. And it's all the normal people like us that have to work and have to go in and do your 40 hours and get your paycheck and pay your bills and things like that. So much pressure is being put on everyone. So on the male aspect, I would think, yes, that so much pressure is being put on them to do all these things that 30 years ago, men, you could have a family of 4 or 5 and only the male worked, and they could still afford a house and afford 2 or 3 kids and a wife and afford to pay all the bills and all the things like that. And you just can't do that these days because everything is just so expensive. And that in turn has caused women that can't be, if you wanted to be a traditional wife, you can't even do that anymore because you can't freaking afford it. But then in turn, the male still has those values in their head of where, well, my wife, even though she's working a 40-hour week, she's still going to come home and she's going to clean the house and she's going to cook dinner and take care of the kids while they sit on the couch. And I don't want to go and work 40 hours a week and then come home and then clock in for another freaking 6 hours of doing all the same crap. Like, so many values from back in the day, so many people still look to those and still want those, but it's just not plausible in our society today. So there's so much pressure on men to do all these things, and it's just honestly pretty much impossible unless you make 6 figures or more. And the same pressure is now being put on women, because even if you do want to be a stay-at-home mom or whatever you want to do, honestly, you just can't do that anymore unless your husband is literally just rich. Like, so much pressure is being put. But we still have the same values from 50 years ago on to us now, but the circumstances have just changed so much. It's impossible.
Yeah. I mean, and that's something that I've addressed before when we were talking. We've previously had conversations about the male loneliness epidemic, and how I don't really think it's a thing. But the male loneliness epidemic stems from society telling women they need to do more, be more, choose better partners, keep your legs closed, do this, do that, do this, do that. And so women started doing that, but we also didn't give men the tools necessary for them to fit into those categories that we told women they should strive to have. So society as a whole, the patriarchy has failed both men and women in that aspect.
True. I agree 100%. Absolutely. I see so many videos of men these days. They're like, hey, what type of girl do you want? And they're like, well, I want a more traditional girl that will cook and clean and take care of the kids. But she also has to have a job because I want her to have her own money because I shouldn't have to pay for everything. Well, that's just not how it is. If you want a true traditional female in your life, you, the male, are the one that works and provides and takes care of everything financially, and she stays home and takes care of the house and takes care of the kids. And that's just not a viable thing anymore for most people.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for calling. I hope that we answered your questions. I hope you have a good rest of your night.
You too. Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.
I liked
them.
her.
They were so cool. Very nice. Definitely brought up some good points to have a discussion about. So this guy Freddie on YouTube says that woman pretending to care about men. This host is so nasty. Freddie and anybody else who shares the same sentiments as Freddie. I care about humans as a whole. I care about whether or not humans have access to the resources that they need. I care about their mental well-being. I care about all of that stuff. But I definitely care about men because I see men's behavior and how they talk to and treat women because I experience it myself all the time. Like fucking Chucklefuck Derek, who I've had to block now. We're on 5 blocks. Okay? He is not well. To come on the internet and say those things, he is not well. And I genuinely want him to get help. Because nobody should function in society the way that they do, the way Derek does, because it's toxic not only to the people that he is saying those things to, but it's toxic to himself. Like, in order for him to even say those things, he has to think about them, which is very fucking disturbing. And I have a son. My son is 18. And I care about how society treats him, and I care about what society is setting him up for, whether it be success or for failure. I care about that stuff. And because I care about what happens to my own child, by extension, I care about other men too. I don't want men to come up here and tell me they're going to rape me and that they're going to do these things to me or they dox me. I don't want, because that behavior is not the behavior of somebody who is mentally well. And that is definitely troubling to me. Imagine a man saying woman problem is a myth. The male loneliness epidemic is not, it is a manufactured thing. It is a manufactured thing, and it's manufactured by the patriarchy. The patriarchy is designed to put men in situations where they're not equipped to deal with them. For example, by telling young boys it's not okay to cry. You're telling your young boy that it is not healthy to express his emotions in a way that is actually, in fact, healthy. We teach men that the only acceptable emotion for them to have is rage and anger. Even to see men happy, people have things to say about that. But men are definitely, in this society, not allowed to express sadness or grief. And that is not okay. That is so detrimental. I mean, maybe you guys correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what breeds this type of behavior, is men just not having the access to mental health care, not taking care of themselves, not doing any kind of introspection that causes them to behave this way.
Well, I want to hear from Tropos because she's I just want to hear, how has it affected men? I know you can't talk about people that you've personally seen, but when you're going to school and from other experiences and anecdotal experiences from other people, how have you seen how men have come from these kinds of situations and how they have affected it to today?
So I will say that I have not seen many men, but okay, so I will say that when they learn for the first time that there's more than just one or two emotions, it just absolutely blows their mind. Like this existential door opens for them and so many possibilities emerge. They start asking so many more questions about how people treat them and what their boundaries get to be and how to better communicate with their partner when they're upset. And, yeah, I hope that answered your question, but they come in with such a simplistic idea of all of these topics because they've been taught that they're not important enough to deepen their understanding of them.
Yeah, I can see what you're saying because I'm also, in a way, I'm facing that situation right now within like my business because I'm facing underlying tones of anger from a relative of mine that's in the business, and it's sort of creating a very tense atmosphere. And since I've been going to therapy more often than not recently, especially for my PTSD from the military and then sexual harassment and incidents that have happened to me in the military for people. I've been going and I've understand how to establish a healthy boundary. And with that healthy boundary is coming with how people talk to you. And when it comes to underlying a tone of hate and unnecessary bias that is harmful, that's when I put a boundary up. And I told this person, you don't have to talk to me that way because it's not productive for either of us. As like instead, before you do that, you should do some breathing exercises before you come at somebody upset, or you should go and actually take your mind off of it and then retrace back to the root of the problem and then have a discussion based on that to fix the narrative. Because when you tell people that it's not okay to have these emotions, they don't know how to deal with the emotions at all.
Mm-hmm. It's so true. And you know what's also... Oh, Amanda, what did you want to say?
I was gonna say that I also like for those of you who are naysayers about me caring about men's mental health, let me tell you this. Just for a moment, I'm gonna approach this from a selfish point of view. We want men to handle their mental health issues and understand what healthy expressions are of their emotions, because when men start addressing their mental health, when men start healing, they stop murdering women. They stop raping women. They stop harming children. They stop being domestic abusers. So women also benefit from men handling their shit in a healthy way.
Facts. Yep. So
Yeah, absolutely,
there's
Greg.
a play therapy therapist, Lisa Dion, and she has over 100 free podcasts for parents, by the way. Fun fact for people interested. She goes into exploring aggression in play because so many boys come in so aggressive and boundaryless. And what she talks about is how it's always an attempt at connection. And it's kind of cute when the boy is 5, but when that boy becomes a 50-year-old man doing that same thing, that's not funny anymore. It's not cute. It's not, something that we could kind of work with in this really, tender way. It's something that's a little more intimidating to work with. And, I just want to put it out there that, boys who learn how to connect with people without crossing boundaries and anger, like you were saying, it's like, this isn't productive. We're not going to connect via this method you're using. So learn another one. But, Amanda, I think that's what you were talking about too when you say they lack the tools. They don't know what that is. Yeah.
Mentally healthy people don't go around killing other people. Mentally healthy people do not go around raping people. Mentally healthy people do not go around actively harming other people. So while those things will always happen, they would happen at a lesser degree if society was more accepting of the fact that men are human too. I know Gray wanted to add something. Gray, go ahead.
Jesus.
It's okay. The phone call can wait.
No, it was just loud. I got it in my ear. Um, but yeah, no, I just wanted to quickly because there's such a stigma around like therapy for men and like talking about whatever. And like I used to do that. I used to be that same person where I would be like, talking to somebody that's not anything. Like I could handle my own shit. But even if you don't feel like you have anything wrong or going on that you need a therapist for, you still should go to therapy as a man because we have a lot of baggage. We have a lot of things that like are holding us down because of how, men are brought up. Like Amanda said, we're brought up to be like, you can't cry, don't show emotion. Don't do this, don't do that. And, we get called names all the time. Boys will be boys, back and forth between with each other. Like there's a lot of pressure within the world to be a man in that way. And in order to get better and be the better you, go to therapy. That's mental health. That's what everyone needs. Our entire lives are based on the brain we have in our skull. Make it healthy.
I agree. We got a caller on the line. Hi, caller. Where are you calling from? And please tell me your name.
Well, I live in Hawaii, and my name's Mike.
Cool. What's up, Mike?
Well, I'm listening to this, and it's like, my aunt, she's a shrink, and I work I can't, due to an NDA, I cannot discuss the nature of my work. But I can't help notice that you're really dwelling on men's mental health, and men need help, and men and men and men and men. You know, I used to work out with a group of guys. We'd all get together, and we're all pretty, you know, we had that steel sharpened steel. We had one guy that was a veteran who was having some real PTSD violence issues. We just took him out, worked him out with us, and we just listened. You know, that's usually what happens. But the idea that women can treat mental health issues is, it's like, just, it's ludicrous. It might as well be printed on toilet paper. This is not something, especially Western women this day and age. No, you guys are not set up for it. And by feminizing men, not set up to deal with men's issues.
No, see, if you to say that talking about men finding a way to deal with and process their emotions in a healthy manner is feminizing men, then you, sir, are in fact part of the problem.
No, I'm not part of the problem. I'm one of the guys that listens to the guys. I listen to the other guys. See, that's the thing. Men are not women.
When you
and
talk about your problems, with your boys, first of all, your boys aren't equipped to diagnose should you need to be diagnosed for something, number one.
Sure we are. We know each other. We got time in.
Talking to a therapist, really?
Is that why my aunt's a shrink?
What's
my
disassociative?
aunt,
I don't care what your aunt does. What's dissociative identity?
well, my aunt's a shrink, and she says you're all full of shit, so it is what it is. And I don't care about what you got to say. I'm just pointing out.
Okay. Then I don't give a fuck what you have to say. That man who said that is part of the problem.
Literally.
And clearly has mental health issues.
Literally.
Inability to control his impulses and let someone else talk is a sign of somebody who is emotionally immature.
Yeah.
I agree. I think it was interesting how he kept getting louder and louder and louder because he couldn't understand the point or your talking point at all.
Mm-hmm. Gray wanted to say something. What's up, Gray?
Oh no, I was gonna talk to him if he was if he was willing to listen, but he wasn't. So
no. Thanks for calling stream. Please tell me your name and where you're calling from.
Hi, I'm from Iowa, and my name is Quandale Dingle. Hi,
Hello.
The fuck?
Hello?
Hello. Thanks for calling.
Hello.
You're caller number 3. Please wait your turn in line. Let's see how long they sit there.
Are we doing AI voice?
Yeah.
Are we doing AI voice?
Hold on. Hello. You're currently caller number 2. Please hold. The current wait time is approximately 7 minutes. Do you wish to remain on hold? Press 1 for yes, 2 for no.
Bitch, I know you.
No idea what he pressed.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh
He
my
pressed
god.
the button, he
Press
got
the
disconnected.
Press the button.
You pressed the wrong button.
Now his wait time's even
The selection
longer.
you have made. The selection you have made is invalid. Please select again.
Oh, that's really good, Geeky. I should do
Thank you.
voiceovers for business.
Thank you for calling. Thank you for
You
calling
do
the
you do
line.
voiceover for the phone companies?
I do not, but I can. If you would simply
You sound like AI.
register. Isn't
You
it
sound like
weird?
AI. That's
Geeky, have you been AI this whole time?
It is weird. I cannot confirm nor can I deny if I have been or have not been
Alexa,
AI
turn button.
the whole time.
This is great.
Siri,
You
is that
really
you?
Sound like you really sound like an AI voice.
It's because one merely needs to keep their voice steady, as well as avoiding conjunctions. There's also a pacing to the way an AI voice speaks.
Geeky, I'm rolling on the ground right now. That's got
I
me
feel
all
like
worked
Geeky's
up.
been spending way the fuck too much time with ChatGPT lately.
Geeky does not spend time with ChatGPT. ChatGPT takes way too much water. Thankfully, Geeky is their own AI.
Kiki, how many
you need to
bottles of
read
water
my.
have you used?
This last
Geeky
2 minutes.
has ADHD. Geeky has ADHD. They are a perpetually thirsty bitch.
Kiki, when I have my funeral, whenever that is in the future, you need to do my whole eulogy in that same voice. And if you don't, you have to be my pallbearer because you have to let me down one last time.
Don't worry, A. Do not worry, A. I will be there to provide you an excellent eulogy, just like this.
I love that.
Thank you.
Look at Heidi in the chat.
Unsubscribe.
Your
You gotta say
request to
stop. That's the only way it
unsubscribe
works.
has been denied. Your request to unsubscribe has been denied.
By the way, everyone, there's 169 people in here. We're almost at 80,000 likes. Can we try to get to 100
Giggity.
before Amanda goes to bed? Can we try
Yeah,
to
because
do
I'm
that?
getting ready. I'm gonna poke
Yeah.
Smart right
Also,
now.
yeah. Also, any new, viewers, remember to follow. Come on back.
So it's fun. You have that voice. And then, so that's Dolores. That's my AI voice, Dolores.
Oh my
Then you
gosh.
have, oh yes, Dolores has a very specific voice. Dolores has a very specific voice. Dolores has a very specific voice.
The glitch.
You remind me
And
of
then
Angela, Cyborg Angela. Do you know who that is?
I do not.
She
Should
does
I?
the NPC shit. Yeah, she does the NPC thing, and she pretends that she's a cyborg and does shit like different things for gifts, like that whole thing that was happening. And she's really good, and she can sing her ass off.
I can also sing. Fa la 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 la.
La 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 la.
I'm dead.
This is reminding me of so many like old timey shows that had those like cyborgs or AI things, like that
Also,
house.
those in the Central Time Zone, you can now send your heart me.
For all of you in the
Does anybody want to
Central
drop?
Time Zone, it is past midnight.
I can drop.
I can.
Oh no,
Does
I
anyone
can
want
drop.
to drop?
I was only gonna come up here anyway for that short thing.
Okay, cool. I'll see you later, Greg. Thanks
Gray
for
has
coming.
volunteered
Thank
as
you.
tribute.
Have a good one.
Bye.
So for anyone who has seen Resident Evil, the very first movie, one of my favorite things to do when I'm playing horror games with someone is while we're like hunting or doing stuff, I'll just start saying, "You're all going to die down here. You're all going to die down here. You're all
That's
going to
really
die down
good.
here."
I gotta practice. I gotta start mimicking better. As I
I
haven't
feel like
heard.
you've been
I gotta hear
practicing that shit way too much.
Host,
or
oh, what's
geeky?
up?
No, geeky.
Oh. All right, we have Rabbi
I like
Nick
doing
here.
voice work.
Rabbi Nick, what do you want to add to the conversation?
I was just wondering, like, do you believe in God or not?
No.
No. So can I give you evidence that Judaism is the true religion? Can't do that.
No.
Why not?
Does that address the background?
No, but like, I feel like if you believe in God, you'll support more like Republican ideals, right? So I feel like it's kind of relevant in a way.
I grew up in the church.
Right. So I don't see like how that's relevant to what I was saying, right?
I knew religion, and I can tell by religion, which shares Catholicism, which was really fucked up, but Christianity as a whole shares a lot of the same principles as Judaism, because Jesus was Jewish and whatnot, and that has
How does
definitely
Jesus
not
being
convinced me.
Jewish? How does Jesus
And
being
that has
Jewish
definitely
mean that?
not convinced me to vote Republican.
Right. So how does Jesus being Jewish have to do with the religions being the same? right? Like, you want to elaborate on that?
I came not to change the word. You know what I'm talking about?
You mean to abolish the
Not to
law, but to
change the law.
fulfill it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't see how.
When Jesus was teaching his disciples, what did he teach them? Did he teach them Christianity or did he teach them Judaism?
He for sure didn't teach them Judaism because he was a heretic, right? So this is like
What, did he
irrelevant.
live by the principles of Judaism? Yes or no?
No, he was teaching people to, for example, he was teaching people to not keep.
What's up, Geeky?
Hey, so Rabbi, remember when you asked if you can explain to her and try to convince her that Judaism is the one true religion, and she said no, and you're still trying to convince her of this shit? Remember when she drew a boundary and you blew right past it because you don't respect boundaries and consent?
I'm not even like giving that argument. I was just addressing what she said, right? So, when Jesus came, for example, and said that what goes in you does not.
So,
Whoever
like, the
this
reason
is,
why I asked
I don't know who this is. Their name is Catherine. I've never seen this person before because I guess some of y'all don't have PFPs, but don't you, Catherine?
Yeah,
Thank you,
that's
Catherine.
guys. Boundaries, fucking boundaries. No, I was
that whole
gonna.
thing where he asked, "Can I convince you?" and we said no, and he did it anyway. W poking very hard.
I'm not
Amanda!
gonna have eyes in a minute. What? What?
I love it. So earlier on my panel, a dude came up, friendly of mine, kind of friendly, oppie friendly, but friendly nonetheless. And he was like, "Yeah, I haven't seen you since you were on that cute girls panel." I was like, "Cute? Wait, I don't go on girls panels, but which one?" And he was like, "The really pretty one, the one that's on the night." And I was like, "Do you mean Amanda?" And he goes, "Yeah." I was like, "Dude, that's a whole ass woman. That's a whole ass 40-year-old woman." One of my dudes that comes up on the panel, his name is Intellectual Adventurer.
Oh, I don't know what that is. Okay.
And he was like, "Yeah, the cute one." And I was like, "We all know Amanda's hot, but she's a whole ass 40-year-old woman."
I am.
It was just really funny. The cute girl.
Amanda's not a girl.
We don't want to be, but we are.
I am.
It just made me laugh.
I'm so happy for you.
I can see it in your eyes. Your pupils are blown.
Are they?
Yeah.
You're moving at my speed now.
Diva, go enjoy your moment with
No,
the
I'm having
smart.
fun for right now.
Oh shit! Okay.
But once I get the munchies, then it's it. Lights out. I'm gonna start fading fast, and then I gotta get out of here.
No, not fading fast.
Hell yeah, Nev, send me music. You have faded hard.
Oh yeah.
Too faded. Too hard.
I said I was blitzed.
No, I scrolled into
Too
this
fried,
live
too furious.
right at the right time with that dude up here talking about, "Yeah, my mom's a shrink and I fucking know how to talk to God." I'm like, as soon as he said the word shrink, I'm like, number one, probably not, because you are fucked up.
I know. I tried not to make a face, but internally I was like,
Anybody that in 2026 uses the word shrink, I mean, really? Are you watching fucking 1970s like Bob Newhart or what the fuck?
the thing, and he wouldn't shut the fuck up for me to get to the point, right? He's saying that his friend talks to him and the friend group about their problems. What is that? Talk therapy. But are you equipped to give him the tools to deal with it? No, you're fucking not. So you guys, when you talk to your friends, you're already in fucking therapy. How about go to somebody who knows how to help you with your problems, though? Because your fucking circle jerk are a bunch of fucking idiots.
Yeah.
Also, when you're talking
Thank you for
to
coming
your
to my TED
friends
Talk.
who are in the same situation as you are, you're in an echo chamber. You're not thinking outside the box and changing any perspective from what you're dealing with.
Exactly. The challenging aspect is what makes it more subjective to hearing other opinions. And if you're not doing that, you're gonna be sitting the same. It's like digging a ditch. If you're digging the ditch in the same area, you're digging it deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. You're not going to get out of that area. You need to go somewhere else and submit more claim or dig another ditch so that you can actually see what else is underneath the soil.
Yeah, and to claim like one of his buddies has got like PTSD and they're all like helping him with it. You're not fucking helping your buddy with PTSD, dude. Guarantee you.
Definitely not.
You know,
You're helping
just
him
because you're
ignore
like,
the
oh yeah, you're sitting
PTSD.
around, that's really fucked up, dude. Can't believe that. Oh yeah, to go punch another wall, dude. Yeah, that'll help you. It's like, come on. You know what the fuck, dude?
As somebody who has PTSD from the service, like, it took over a decade for me to find the right therapist to actually address that aspect.
Yeah, and just PTSD is one, and I just for anybody on the panel or in the chat doesn't know me, I am actually a therapist, so it's one of the reasons I requested out. But
Me too.
Nice. Hello, fellow therapist.
Hello.
No, I'm actually currently I work. I'm the mental health therapist, one of the mental health therapists in a addiction recovery clinic. So I see people with PTSD and whatnot all the time, and I use things like somatic therapy and other modalities to help people process the trauma through their body instead of just talking about things, which doesn't really get to the root of a lot of the issues that people really suffer with. So sitting around with your buddies in the locker room isn't helping anything.
Yeah. It's brain damage. Like, you have to
Yeah.
You can't just
It literally trauma literally rewires your brain.
Mm-hmm.
I am a
Kiki,
completely
can I
different
ask you
person.
a question?
Kiki or geeky?
Kiki.
Yeah.
Which one?
So I wanted to ask, like, going to therapy and everything, what established, I don't know if actually, you know what? I'm not gonna ask this question on this forum right now. I'm gonna just message you privately because it might be an intrusive question and I don't wanna like bring anything out in chat because I wanna respect your space right now.
No, I'll DM you my number since I mean we're pretty local anyway.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. Yeah, because I have so many questions because I'm going through therapy right now for like everything, and it's extremely difficult when there are setbacks, not from myself, but from other people around me. Because it takes me to a very like I'm not gonna get downy and depressy because that's not my vibe. But when you are taken to like an area that you can't control, it makes me lose my fucking marbles. And like I'm trying so hard within my therapy, like not to freak out on people. And that's why I'm also taking Wellbutrin, but it's so like difficult. So I just want to know what tactics you do because I do like I do what is it called, time breathing and stuff like that, and then also I do diaphragmic breathing as well too. But I know there are other options out there, and I don't know all of them yet.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and the one thing I'm glad that you are in therapy because one of the things that so many guys that come in, it's like, oh, I've never gone to therapy. If they haven't been in treatment before, I've never gone to therapy. Or, they've been told their whole life, boys don't cry and guys don't feel this way and guys can't have that emotion. It's like, how do you respond to people in a proper way when you've never been taught how to express emotions?
Right.
I'll ask guys all the time, how well do you feel like you identify and express emotions? And either they'll like actually say, well, I don't, I never really learned it, or they'll have that deer in the headlights look like emotions. What are those? Am I supposed to have those? Because we're taught as little boys, is like the only proper emotion is anger. It's the only one we're allowed to show. You can't be sad. You can't be lonely. You can't be any of these other things because that's not manly.
I said that earlier.
Yeah, and then you grow up to be an adult, and you have no reference to how to express emotion. So what's the one you know how to express? Anger. And that gets you in a lot of trouble.
I didn't mean to cut you off, Dean. I just want to tell if there are any other veterans like on this panel, not just on the panel, but watching this, there are resources because anybody who's gone through the military knows it's not normal. And if you think it's normal, it's not. And there are resources like the Vet Center. There are other resources out there. And if you just go and inquire about it, there are plenty of them out there that will benefit you. And I guarantee you, if you start today, it will change a lot for you later on because it's opened my eyes to a lot of things, especially from my past, that dictate who I am right now.
I'm so glad you're in therapy. That's really good. That's really good news.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. I feel like we keep talking about therapy and I don't want to take away from it, but Amanda, Diva,
What's up?
how are you feeling?
I'm reading all this crazy shit YouTube is saying. I'm like listening to you guys talk in the back of my head and reading that. What is wrong with that?
Nice.
What's wrong with that? What's wrong with
A
y'all?
lot. A lot.
See, you need
Like-
therapy, YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah, like A is like currently addressing veterans and people with PTSD, and I don't know if anyone on YouTube knows this, but vets have a really high unaliving rate. So, it's like pretty serious.
Couple of a transgender vet with PTSD, and that number goes way up.
Exactly. Yeah.
Jesus is a good therapist. The donor's always ready.
Oh my god, Kiki, I fucking hate you.
Oh my god. Ah.
You walk in park.
You know what? I'm not even mad at Tyrone's comment. He said, "We just want a goon." Like, respect. Respect.
You better call Tyrone.
Call him.
Tell him, come on, help you get your shit.
That's something that's never addressed actually prior to getting in the military, which I think you just said it, Amanda, but like people with bipolar or depression before they get in the military, they should not even be going in the military, in my opinion. And there are many, many, many guys who are bipolar who get in there. And then for me to trust them with a weapon, I don't know how I'm supposed to trust them with a weapon. It makes no sense.
Yeah. I also
trust men
wonder
with weapons.
I also wonder if some of them are going into the military and that major stress event of basic even is something that triggers that for them. And then that's the start of that bipolar disorder, And I mean, either way, it's like, I totally hear you. I mean, anyone that notably has that stuff, going in, it feels like a very,
So
roll of
Joe
the dice.
Joe made a comment. He said, "Yes, it is addressed. They are not allowed. They do mental health checks." The things that we're talking about, especially bipolar disorder, are mental health disorders that manifest typically not early in life. Typically not until after the age of you raising your hand and saying, "I state your name, do solemnly swear or affirm." Like your brain isn't fully developing yet, and you don't know. There's nothing to report
Also,
because you don't know.
BPD and then bipolar. So borderline and bipolar. Now, Atropos, correct me if I'm wrong, but a lot of the symptoms will start showing after a major catalyst stress event, which causes it to manifest. That CPTSD has a tendency of exasperating it and making the symptoms come out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think the more diagnoses, that someone is presenting with, the more intense the symptoms and you know, a lot of people have genetic predispositions to certain things. So it, like, you know, bipolar disorder, for instance, it's like for some people, even just poking smut, you know, once or twice can, you know, kind of trigger that reaction. And, you know, it's pretty intense.
I think there should be a mandatory biannual like counseling session for all military members. Just to get a baseline for where everybody's at and like the access to mental health care in the military is subpar at best.
Yeah, active, like when you're actually going through it, there's really not any at all. Unless if there's a major event that happened to you, then they'll supply with somebody, like especially if somebody around you gets shot or somebody gets hurt and it's a really tragic experience. Yeah, they will supply you with somebody to talk to, but it's not for a systematic time. It's only for like literally that one instance and that's it.
And they usually start with the chaplaincy. So for people that and
Yeah.
the chaplaincy has been gutted, like a lot of religions are not represented. So it's not
Hey.
even beneficial in that regard.
So two things.
Hold
One.
on. Hold, 1 second. 1 second. Gray, what does that mean? Dean achieved Amanda. All right, go ahead.
I was curious about that myself.
Dean had a bunch of noise go off. The the celebration is someone who gets points and levels up. So if it came from Dean, Dean achieved Amanda.
I
One,
always
good
wondered if like
advice once
everybody else could hear that noise.
everyone can hear it. It's so like I
didn't see me,
rush
like,
to mute whenever I do it. I'm like, ah.
No,
Amanda's
I was
like,
busy
yes,
pushing
God, it's
buttons
me,
so I could put
Margaret.
the whole thing on the screen.
So funny.
Can I
So Amanda, real quick. Good advice, and I both would like to know, and I did see good advice ask it, so W good advice. How'd the interview go, babe?
We're talking
no.
again tomorrow.
Okay.
You and the interviewee? Or the interviewer?
Yeah.
The network, essentially? So,
I can't talk
was
about
that
it
an exasperated thing?
Oh.
Okay, we can't talk about it anymore, but like, blink twice if you're excited?
I'm blitzed right now. You want me to blink twice? Like, what?
I know, Amanda's like, did I do it? We're like, oh, you're staring at the camera. Also, your eyes are closed. Like, what are we doing?
Geeky, you're asking for complex physical movements right now that just aren't going to happen.
I know.
The only complex physical movement I'm
I know.
doing is going to the fridge. Because I got munchies,
Oh yeah,
so you
W.
know what time it is.
Please
Time
work
to
within
go.
Amanda's
It's time to
physical
call
restraints right now.
Tyrone. Yeah, so I was gonna do that.
I said, please work within Amanda's physical restraints right now.
Yeah, I gotta go eat food. I'm hungry. So
Enjoy.
All right, everybody, thanks for being here. Please join us tomorrow night, myself and my co-host Alex, for the Political Pour at 11 p.m. Eastern. Right here, wherever you're watching. If you're on YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, it'll be there for you. It'll be a good time. We have special guest Jonathan Perez, a.k.a. Latinos Against Spooky Shit. Bye, TikTok.
That's one of my favorite pages. I'm so excited.
Bye, Amanda.
Bye, Amanda.
Everybody be good. If you can't be good, be gay and do crimes. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Love you.
Bye now.
All right, YouTube. Happy Legitimate Month. Aww. Yay. So cute. Thanks for being here, you guys. I appreciate you so very, very much. Surprisingly, you guys were pretty well behaved. You're still crazy as shit, but you were pretty well behaved today. I only had to mute like 3 people. So, good job. Gold star. I'm proud of you. Make sure you get yourself a cookie. We will be back. Thank you. We will be back tomorrow again 11 p.m. Eastern.